It's how our season going to end, everybody. Not with a bang, but with a whimper. I don't know why Manchester United have to make things so much more difficult than they need to be, but it is what it is. Manchester United drew 0-0 away at Sunderland, leaving the Stadium of Light with a very lucky point, in my opinion, considering the performance that we saw. But we're going to dive into all that today. I've got Dylan joining in, Ian's joining in, full panel tonight, and all of you guys are joining in. We're here to react to the match. We are here to talk about the performances, share our player ratings, and I can't wait to hear your thoughts. So like the video, subscribe. I'll be right back. Oh, let me switch this over. There we go. What is going on, you guys? How are you guys doing today? Welcome back, Dylan. Welcome back, Ian.
What's going on? What's going on?
Dylan, how you doing, boss?
Busy. Just but getting things done. Things are getting accomplished, so that's good. I'd be better if we would have looked better today, but it's all right.
Yeah, I know you're busy. Ian, Dylan's working hard on finishing up that Masters, man. How far away are you, dude?
I'm close now. I actually just right before we came on here, I was finishing something up and I got a message about that I passed one part of it. So
nice, big up,
nice.
There, so
congrats. That's just for you, Dylan.
Appreciate it, guys.
boss.
Appreciate it.
It's not easy work getting the Masters. It's a lot of work, and then that's even before your thesis and stuff, and that's straight up just pass fail.
That's what I'm working on right
thing.
now. They do it in parts, and so they're taking it in parts and saying if I'm passing part of it, and it's like, well, you got this part done, you got a few more to do, but we're getting there.
Yeah, it's fun, man. It's my thesis. I did mine. When I did my thesis, a lot of my cohort was like it was like they were trying to write a book and publish it, and they were doing way too much work. It was taking way too long. I was like, guys, this is pass fail. Do the thesis, get it done, and then you can go on and write your book. And these guys were taking months, and mine was done in 2 weeks. And I was like, all right, cool, have fun, guys.
That is kind of how mine is going. It's like I'm overthinking a lot of this, and my brother is like, just it's pass fail, just turn it in and read it.
Man.
I'm like, I'm trying.
As long as it's good, but we're gonna talk a little bit about the academy first and foremost, and then we're gonna dive into this match, you guys. So again, make sure you like and make sure you subscribe to the channel if you guys are new. I'm gonna kick things off with a fun little bit of positivity before we dive into this shit show, because Bruno has won himself an award. He's got the Football Writers Association's Footballer of the Year this season.
Yeah.
Big up our Magnifico. Well deserved, you guys think?
Absolutely. Anybody who thinks otherwise, honestly, is just a hater for the sake of hating. I saw a comment, right? This will make you laugh today. It's a cold place, the northeast. And if any of you have been that right up there, like to where we were today in Sunderland, out the press area, up the Man United section, there was a lady holding coffees, and someone put "United buying journalists again." And I was like, "Oh, you're a joke." Honestly, please. How far will people stoop?
There's a lot of Abus out there. Dylan, I saw someone post just a little bit before going live that as far as this Football Writers Association Football of the Year is concerned, the last 4 players who won this award also went on to win the PFA Player of the Year. Do you think that could be a little hint at something? Do you think Bruno could be a lock for that?
I think it's going to hinge on if he breaks that record, whether they're going to give it to him or not.
Yeah.
I think that's kind of like they're preempted. Like the Football Writers, he deserves it. He's this season. If you're going to nitpick, and say somebody else, I mean, all he's done for his career at United has been stellar, and so I'm glad he got it. Even if somebody wants to argue and say, well, he wasn't the best this year, he was in years past and didn't win.
Yeah.
So for me, it's great win. He deserves. He's very deserving award winner for this. But yeah, I think once he gets 2 games left, I was kind of hoping he'd get one today, but let's see if he can get it over the line maybe against Forest. So.
Yeah, it didn't look like it was ever going to happen for us today, did it?
No.
Yeah, big up to Bossy. Yeah, I saw that he beat Declan Rice by 28 some odd votes or something. He claimed 45% of the votes for this, and so I mean, Declan Rice. And this is the thing, people are so quick to differentiate between individual awards and team awards when it suits their argument. This is an individual award,
Absolutely.
not a team award. So
Yeah.
whether Arsenal win the Champions League, whether they win the league or not, it does not as relevant necessarily. It may help, but it's not, to me, it's not as relevant
No, absolutely.
necessarily. So I think you got to look out for when people want to move the goalpost in their arguments, man. Whether it's this or like eye test versus stats and stuff, people love to do it. People love to do it. So
Merson was apparently having a meltdown. My brother said on Soccer Saturday that he beat Declan Rice out to it, and his main reason was Declan Rice has played more matches this season. And then my brother said to me, right, hold on, okay, fair enough. More in the Cup and more in the Champions League matches. But this award is
Premier
a
League.
Premier League. It's a Premier League. And we all played 38 games last time I checked.
Yeah.
So that argument, you demented little ex-BTEX gooner, is,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Honestly. And they let him on telly.
People have been saying that about the PFA thing too. Is they're like, well, you got to consider that United aren't in Champions League. Well, the award itself already considers that because it has nothing to do with Champions.
So with the Champions League, I know, yeah. Well, I mean, it's honestly like the Ballon d'Or. I don't think the Ballon d'Or should have any bearing on if you won the World Cup a year before that. Honestly, I don't think it should.
The Ballon d'Or is a little weird, right? Because that goes by calendar year, doesn't it? It goes by season, but I do.
Yes.
I get what you're saying because I do think that there are seasons where there is no World Cup, right? And so
Yeah.
But I don't know, maybe with the World, I don't know. That one I'm a little iffy on, but I don't really rate the Ballon d'Or all that often either. So it is what it is.
It used to be a really good award. It used to be given out when they had two proper awards. They had the European one and the World one. They were prestigious and worth winning. Now that honestly, they'd give it to anyone.
It used to be prestigious when we had 3 title or Ballon d'Or holders in the United winning side at the same time. That's when it was relevant.
Yeah, when Cristiano won it, it was at its peak.
Yeah, and it's just become a popularity contest at this point.
Yeah.
Interesting. Any final thoughts on Bruno? Who if he doesn't win the PFA award, who could pip him to that? Do we think?
Realistically, honestly, I don't think anybody has amazingly shone. I mean, the amount of goals Igor Thiago has scored for Brentford, I think, is an absolute sensation, but he'll get nowhere near winning it.
Yeah.
I don't think Declan Rice has been amazing. Do you know what I mean? Amazing. Has he got double figures in anything, goals or assists?
No. Arsenal fans like to talk about his impact. He
Yeah.
was also there last year and didn't do anything. So.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it depends. I mean, if they were to win the league and the Champions League, sorry, I was just sick a little bit. Hold on. If that was to happen, I guarantee you he wins it.
Yeah.
Mark my words right now. Whether he deserves it, he'll win it.
Dylan, what do you think? Is that could somebody pit Bruno to this? If let's see, does this matter, Dylan? If he breaks or doesn't break the record too?
Yeah, because I think people are just going to use. Well, he didn't break the record. He doesn't deserve it. Like some of the players will go along with that.
Well, literally, no one else broke a record though, so I don't.
I know. That's the thing.
Did break it last year? Did they? No. The year before? No.
Do you see anyone else? Do you think Declan Rice is probably the only one?
Yeah, him. Maybe I think somebody said Bernardo Silva, just because it's his swan song year.
I did see someone shout Cherky for it. He has had an impact on City coming back into this title race.
Yeah.
You know,
he was injured for a lot of it. If they're going to use the how many games has he played nonsense, Turkey's been injured quite a bit. So
your argument works one way, but it don't work the other, does it, lads?
That's what I told you, man. People like to treat it like a buffet restaurant. They just want to pick and choose what goes in the bowl.
I call it a burning rope argument. Eventually, it's going to fall. Yeah.
So, but yeah, big up Bruno. Let's see. Rob says your mic's a little off. You might. I don't know. Sometimes you got to go a little closer. Dylan's just got to use his outside voice sometimes. Yeah. Dylan's a pretty calm, collected guy. He doesn't really get too loud very often. So. Not like my loud ass. You can't take me anywhere.
Yeah.
Dude, do you remember when we were at that match at Sean O's, Dylan, and we scored and I smacked the table so hard? My hand was like hurting all week after that.
Oh yeah.
It was rough.
Oh yeah, that was awesome.
There you go. That's good, man. So we may have dropped points today, but the under 21s had a very exciting Manchester derby at City. Big up. They won 4-3. Pretty exciting little match. Rob says use the shouting teacher voice.
Yeah.
I don't know if
you guys don't want that.
The tension voice.
I'm going to put your name on the chalkboard and put a mark next to it every time you act up. Send you down to Principal O'Shea Hennessy's office. AA Ron. Big up, Danny. So yeah, the under 21s won their Manchester derbies. Second to last Manchester derby of the season, because there is a Youth Cup match coming up against City at the stadium. Bigger stadium than I thought. Still not befitting of a Youth Cup final.
No, it should be at Old Trafford. I can't understand why it ain't.
Be anywhere other than a 6,000 seat stadium. Honestly,
Yeah.
we sold out Old Trafford when the last time we were in the final, and I just don't get it. But
Did you guys actually watch the whole thing?
yeah.
Yeah, I mean, the boys played well, but the first half an hour, City looked like they were going to have us for about 6. It was attack after attack after attack. Every ball, 1-2 in, 1-2 in.
Yep.
And
it was not good. It was simple football that we conceded, and it was simple football that got us our goals too. It was a lot of just crosses, a lot of just simple balls into the box and whatnot.
good positioning from Obi on the first two. He just sitting there perfectly waiting to meet that header. Lovely.
Morehouse got himself a good goal as well to come out strong in that second half to kind of lay down a marker. City responded as well. I mean, honestly, from the under 18, we'll talk about the under 18s though. I'm not been impressed with the defending from the academy these last couple matches. Just dealing with balls into the box has not been good. Dylan, did you get a chance to watch any of the academy this weekend?
I didn't this morning. I was running. You guys probably can tell the background's a little different. I'm at my dad's this weekend, so I was actually running some errands this morning before the United match. So didn't get to watch it, but I was looking at the comments. So that's the only thing I've got so far.
I try my best to comment as they're going on. I did have a client when we kicked off, although I do have 2 computers, so I was half watching the game while I was meeting with the client. So there's that. It's all right. He's boring.
It's therapy.
So yeah, so we did win that 4-3. It's a nice stadium. I'll give it that. It's just not big enough.
No,
unfortunately. The under 18s played Stoke City this morning. It was their final league fixture. It was pouring down rain. We won 3-1 this morning. Stoke went up 1-0 the first half. Simple cutback goal undid us again. And like I said, defending has not been great from the academy this week. Simple cutbacks. It was a similar goal like we conceded in the Champions League that season under Ten Hag. Just simple football. We did start to put wave after wave of attack this morning too. Amidst the downpour, I think the weather didn't help. I think that the youngsters weren't quite anticipating how wet the pitch was going to kill those passes. A lot of those passes were under hit a little bit. But what about Ajayi today? I mean, if you watch the match, Ajayi was an absolute force.
I think they looked a lot better than the previous
matches lately.
Yeah.
Was it?
Go on, Dil.
Ajayi's had some very good matches lately. He's stepped up in the last month or 2 of the season.
I was going to say that just a couple of games after the, I think it was win against, I want to say Wolves, but the one where Dan Armour got sent off. They sort of, he was rested, then he rested JJ, and then he rested this and rested that, and then a few of the players went to the under 21's important game, and there was like 3 games in a row where the 18s looked poor. Today they look back to their normal. We're going to dominate you.
Yeah.
But poor goal, like Sean said, definitely. But after that, I think, we showed our class.
Yeah, we've got really good attackers. The defense is normally really good, and that's why I was a little disappointed this week, because it was just simple balls over the top, misjudging the flight of the ball, just switch off a little bit, no one watching that back post. It was just simple little mistakes. But like Dylan said, Ajayi recently, just class. I mean, it was we were struggling, and then he picked up the ball at the edge of Stoke's box today. Just a little footwork, which I think is probably his best trait, is just his ability to create space just with footwork, whether that's on a sprint.
Oh, it's a little 1-2 step, isn't it?
Yeah.
Just like
little space, very little space, but and what helps him too is when he'll use the footwork and he'll create space. But what helps is that when he shoots, he's got very little backlift. He's kind of like Harry Kane in that, and where he doesn't require it like shaves almost like a split second off his shooting because he generates a lot of power, not a whole lot of backlift on that leg, and that is all the difference sometimes in the game of these little microseconds.
Absolutely.
So he was involved later on again. A little cutback from him finds JJ, who makes it 2-1, and then he comes. Ajayi is Johnny on the spot, getting on the end of a cutback from Nkoto to make it a brace for him and put us up 3-1. It was good. I would like him to get his head up a little bit more, find teammates in the final third, but I mean, he's young. It's not something I would expect from a youngster on a consistent basis, but it's, to me, something that he'll have to learn how to do. What do you guys think? I mean, I know, Dylan, you were singing his praises. Do you guys think that he's ready to maybe get a spot in the match day squad these last 2 matches? I mean, they're done. Their season is at the under 18 level, so what would you like to see him in there?
Oh, yeah.
Go on, Tim.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I want to see some youth. I thought today would have been a good chance to have some youth out there.
Yeah.
Especially when like in the middle of the park, and we'll talk about it later. But yeah, I think he's definitely got a chance to at least get something. Maybe not the Brighton match, but the Forest match. I think that would be a good one for him to get blooded
Definitely.
a little bit there.
At home too, yeah.
Yeah, I think he definitely is. It's him and at least 3 of the others. I think are definitely very close, if not more of them, to a step up. I want to see them all go on pre-season. But when you're talking about Ajayi and looking up, it definitely is one of his biggest faults.
Yeah.
But I do remember a 17-year-old Cristiano being very similar. So if we can have the same transformation over the summer, that will be lovely. Thank you, Noah.
How did we get that out of Cristiano Ronaldo's game? Is we just let his teammates just muller him in training and so he learned to pass the ball. And once he learned to pass the ball, he leveled up. He hit level 16. He learned quick attack, and he just did what his thing. You know, legends will know. The Bossy, I did see that you can no longer watch it for free. At least you could in this one. So you could watch some of the Academy matches for free on United's YouTube channel. Today, they required the membership. So again, Sir Jim, just any little nickel and diamond he can do to people.
They're still on the YouTube channel for free.
I tried to watch it this morning.
When you watch
YouTube, and it was membership only today. So you
is that because have you got a VPN?
No.
Oh, yeah, it's because you're over there.
Well, I can
watch it for free on YouTube.
I watched some of them for free, but then something today for some reason it just wasn't free. But I have MUTV, so it is what it is. But
it doesn't matter.
Big up Musa Kanu. He is. I don't know if you're a fan of the channel. He says, but big up, welcome to the channel, new face. Make sure you're subscribed. He wants us to sign Mamadou Sangare. Big up. Sangare is top of my list right now, up there with Mateus Fernandez and whatnot. Yeah, he's quality.
Yes,
he's
please.
Absolutely quality. Big up, Musa. Bach says if they can control their egos and maintain professionalism, they could become genuine first teamers. Yeah, some of them have it in them. I think some of them are still kind of, for me, in that purgatory of probably too good for Academy. I don't know if they're quite good enough yet for United first team, but there's a lot of really good youngsters. I wish they were all just like 2 years younger, like a Bragimov. Excellent performance from a Bragimov. He ran the midfield today, just all over the place. So
I just wish we could get more of them, some like top level loans. I don't want to see any more of this Lessan or anything. I'm sorry, no. Our academy's a better standard.
Yeah,
I think the 18s would win that league.
Yeah, it's not, and they're not even getting minutes over there. Unfortunately, the one who's been getting like the most minutes has been Devaney at St. Mirren.
Yeah.
He's
honestly top Championship or sort of French League One like that. I don't want anything lower. Like Championship is a good blooding for the youngsters. If you think they're good enough technically, but they need to learn physical side of men's football, Championship's perfect.
I don't know why we don't use Nice more often.
No, don't.
Sir Jim is. I mean, he's trying to sell it. I think so. It doesn't really make a difference. But any more thoughts on the academy? And there's not much else to talk about other than the match. So no quiet news weekend. Dylan, any thoughts on anything? You think who of the academy, Dylan, would you like to see maybe on preseason, or maybe like I said in the match day squad these next couple weeks?
Ajayi for sure. I mean, I'd love to see like JJ just get on the bench. Doesn't have to play. Just get him in the room, and you just say, okay, this is what it's going to be like. That's just give him that option, give him that opportunity. But,
unfortunately, not until summer for JJ. Just not old enough. Poor guy.
I
but,
know.
It's such a bummer. It's just the way that the system works. It's all about birth date. It has nothing to do with age. So it's me. Like my birthday is the end of August, and so I was always like a year behind. Like in some ways,
it's the reason Dowman can play for Arsenal, but JJ can't, and it's a matter of a month and a bit. I think that's it.
Yeah, it's literally like he was born in October, cut off is August 31st, and so what are you gonna do? But
I just think there's at least 5 or 6 that I want to see in pre-season, and like you said, if the last game is a bit of a dead rubber, like we've got third, everything's done, we can't go up, we can't go down, then I don't see the point in not playing them. I think we should, Thwaites, McCall-Mac, Noah, JJ, McAvoy, Goodwill, Cheeto. Cheeto on the pitch. I would let Jaden Brown run at some. Let's get Halafu in at right back. If you want to see someone who goes past someone and cross the ball, then put Halafu in, and he'll do it all day long. I just don't see what we've got to lose.
Overy's playing with under 23s football with Australia. I mean, he was very good today playing on the left-hand side. We've got good players, man. I love McAvoy. I love the way McAvoy plays. He's like a little Roy Keane. If any of you do want to learn a little bit more, if you're not as familiar with the Academy or whatever, you can go check out my Academy trilogy that I put up 2 weeks ago. It was Lone Watch, under 21 to watch, under 18s watch. Get you a little inside look at each prominent member, not every single member, just whoever's playing a lot of football this season. So the little.
I'll tell you one thing, Sean. Jimmy Thwaites would have been a lot better than Mount today in centre mid.
I mean, probably would have been a little more effective, held the ball up a little bit more. We were bullied. But let's go ahead and talk about this match real quick, you guys. Make sure you like if you haven't yet. Please make sure you subscribe to the channel. If you guys are new, we're on the road to 4K. Less than 500 away, so I would love to see us get there before the summer. I believe in you. You guys are legends. Let's talk team selection, you guys, because I put out a little short when the starting 11 was announced, and a lot of changes in that. Were you guys surprised? What did you guys make of some of those changes? And did anybody convince you, any of these fringe players? Battle it out. Who goes first?
Go on, Dill.
Go ahead.
Okay. Go on then. You go, mate.
So the lineup, I did think we'd get some rotation. I thought Mount would actually play in one of the wing positions, though. And starting in the midfield, I get why they did it. With Cass being injured, and Forrest is a little more. Sunderland are kind of set where they're going to be. I mean, they're fighting for Europe, but they really haven't looked very good. And I think this was like an emergency sort of thing with Cass. But give Mount a chance, see if he can work kind of back there with Mainu and feed Bruno. Xerxes, this was his opportunity. Like he's Chess goes out, he's not going to be there. So I was actually thinking he was going to do pretty well. I was like, okay, we've seen some little flicks from you. Okay, you can start get a little bit of game time. Obviously, as we see, he did not do very well. And Azraoui, quiet game for him, but consistent. They kept trying to target him at times, but overall, it was with Martinez coming back, and it kind of sucks Heaven didn't get to go out again, but Martinez come back from the red card, it made sense for give him the game time and see if we can get him going again because of his progressive passing. But yeah, nothing. Yeah. It made sense for that to switch it around a little bit based on everything going, and we knew they were going to struggle just linking up, but the guys that had the opportunity didn't really do much, and that's more of the disappointing thing.
Absolutely. I mean, I echo pretty much everything that Dylan just said there, but with a few caveats. I understood that, like you said, last minute, we kind of thought Sesko might have a problem. Half time, he went off against Liverpool. Didn't hear nothing about Casemiro. I don't understand why Mbomo didn't start. I don't know, keeps pushing this Ahmad combination, where we clearly would have been better with Cunha up top instead of Xerxes. If he wants to play Ahmad, put him on the left. Just stop trying to do this and dropping in Mbomo. It didn't work. Injuries are injuries, and that is something we have to deal with. I don't mind Leica playing, but I thought him or Maguire shouldn't have played. Heaven shouldn't have been dropped and didn't deserve it. I don't think it shows the right mentality.
Yeah.
What does it say to good players, young players that come in, and when you've got a young player and you're young, you're told to seize your opportunity. You get that opportunity, lads. You grab that with both hands and you don't let go. And we're just taking it off him.
Yeah,
and I'm not for that, but
it's always difficult, I think, because I feel like two things can be true, right? He can not deserve to be taken off, but just because he was benched doesn't mean that he did anything wrong. Like, I don't think it was anything.
Absolutely.
I think sometimes you have to. I think obviously when everyone's fit, Leach is going to start. It's just the way it is, in my opinion. And I agree. I said and I posted the question leading up to the match: has he done enough should Leach automatically start when he comes back? Mostly everybody said no. That's Heaven's spot to lose, and I agreed. It's hard, but I think there always is going to be a little bit of a pecking order in some teams, but. We need Leach fit, and we need him back, and he was fit. So, but no, I think I would have liked to maybe have seen Heaven come on later if we needed a goal. Maybe just bring on 3 at the back, bring on Heaven short up, and then just push everyone else besides those defenders forward, and just try to keep numbers in the opposition half, and not let that ball get back into our half, and just sustain pressure. It is what it is. But Agile B's back in the house. Big up Agile. Xerxes, I mean, I put in my notes going into this when the starting 11 was released, and I literally put the question on here: if Xerxes is content with a squad role, does he need to be replaced? And then I watched the match, and I answered it myself that it's all well and good if you want to be a squad player. Like, there's a need for those, right? There's just the way it is. But you have to actually perform when you're on the pitch, and I still don't understand why we got Xerxes. I don't get it. I don't get it whatsoever. But yeah, not good enough in my opinion. Something we definitely need to improve on in the summer, and we'll talk more about this later.
100%.
But I've seen some United fans not happy that no youngsters were in the starting 11 since Champions League is secured. But I'm not one to just push it for the sake of pushing it. I'd rather lock in third place. And I do agree that maybe we needed to see which of these fringe players could actually step up when called upon, like Dylan was saying. Because either they step up and they show that they can maybe be trusted for another season to come in and rotate, even if not, that's a shop window. But I think at the end of the day, if Ineos looked at some of those performances and aren't convinced that maybe we need to do a little bit more in the summer, then I don't know what else that can convince them, because it was not good enough from a lot of these players today. As you can tell, I'm still not happy about the performance. I'm so frustrated.
It was incredibly weak mentality.
Yeah.
I put it in the chat before, like, first 10 minutes. It felt like Leeds, Dylan, to me. It felt like we just didn't know what we were doing.
Yeah.
You wouldn't have convinced me if I wasn't watching it that it was the same set of players.
We came out I think we thought that Sunderland, and I was guilty of thinking this. I didn't think that they were on the beach. I thought that maybe they had stepped off the gas, and I think that maybe it kind of gave me an impression that we thought that as well. And then we got smacked around for those first couple minutes, and it was like, oh shit. Yeah. And then we just couldn't recover from it. They were just all over us the whole match. It was so annoying.
They are very intense at home, though. Away, they're a very different unit. They're not quite the same. At the stadium alike, they are. Yeah, but no, I think we were very lucky. And I mean, again, early on, Senna Lemons making up for the mistake last week. Yeah. What a save! Oh, yeah. What a save!
We'll talk about that when I had the footage up, and then because I'm in America, they don't let me put the footage up. They take it down. But but I know internet's weird. But we'll do player ratings here in a short little bit. And maybe you guys could let me know if you agree with this, because Wayne Rooney commented after the match. This sort of felt like an end of the season game where both teams were just like going through the motions a little bit, just kind of riding that last little bit of steam. It didn't feel like that from Sunderland's point of view, in my opinion, because they were playing like it was the first game of the season. I thought we were just sloppy. A lot of the passes just not finding the target, poor touches. We were second to like every ball. And every time Sunderland were on a transition, it felt like we were just chasing shadows. We were rooted to the spot and then chasing the game. We didn't look in sync at all. Do you think the rotation hurt us a little bit when it comes to that sharpness?
Absolutely. I'm 100%. I mean, if you put the same team out that played Liverpool, I'm fairly convinced it's not the same result. And then, okay, that's putting Cass back in, that's putting Mbeumo in, that's putting Sesko back in, and a lot of teams can say that. But yeah, I mean, we weren't putting in kids. That's the other thing. Yeah. These are professionals. They might not have played for very long, but they've got to be able to step it in. Otherwise, you shouldn't be on the bench. You shouldn't be there. There should be a minimum standard. I don't know if you guys still have it, but at high school and your college basketball, do you guys have to hit a certain? Their players have to hit a grade, don't they? Otherwise, they're not allowed to play. Is that right?
Yeah, typically. I mean, you might know more, Dylan, because you're a teacher. You have athletes there that need to maintain a GPA.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah. So, I mean, obviously, we can't do that, but we should have a standard that if you can't maintain it, then I'm sorry, there's the door. We're not. It's not a youth club.
Well, honestly, the badge should be the standard. If you're signing for United, that's the standard, and that's not only the level you have to aspire to, but that's the level you've got to maintain and improve upon on a regular basis. That should be the standard.
Absolutely.
Dylan, you were just about to say something?
Oh no, I was just agreeing.
Oh, I got you. Yeah, it was. I tactically, I thought we were a little all over the place. I thought our defense was way too high for a lot of this. And I think we played into Sunderland's hand a little bit. Personally, I think they wanted us to just move that ball forward, and then their plan was just literally to win it in midfield and then just launch it over the top. And we were getting done by that left and right to start. I don't know what Maguire has. Unless it's a set piece, Maguire should not be anywhere near the opposition half of the pitch, in my opinion.
No,
it's
so high. I didn't understand it. We took the pace out of the defence and then played a high line.
Yeah, I just didn't get it whatsoever. It's just, and we did switch on. I thought later on, started the second half a lot better. We had a lot of sustained possession and sustained attacking waves. It didn't last long, and then we were back on the back foot again. And then we switched it back on like the last 10 minutes, but it was just too little too late. I felt like maybe if the game had gone on another 5 minutes, we could have maybe had a smash and grab on our hands, but alas, wasn't meant to be. Did you see a whole lot of difference between the two halves, Dylan? Or just overall shit? Go ahead.
Yeah, we looked a little more locked in. We looked a little more locked in the second half. Like, Carrick definitely said something because they came out with a little more fire. But, I mean, I put it in the WhatsApp group. It was like... you can definitely see that the midfield didn't look very good, and it wasn't. Bruno was trying to pick his passes out up front. He's doing his job. Kabi was getting back, but Mount was too aggressive to the fact that he's more looking to link up the play like Bruno, and so we really didn't have that midfielder to link the play to Bruno.
Yeah,
no,
we missed Casemiro today.
So then he could get it going. Yeah, so much. Cass was a huge miss, and I was saying that's where we need that midfield upgrade because that was huge.
Yeah, well, yeah, we needed.
I think that threw everybody off. We didn't have the sustained possession that. Yeah. Oh yeah, we didn't have that sustained possession, and so they were trying to force everything, and you could see Bruno's trying to force it. Mount's, I don't know what some of the passes he was doing, and Xerxes offered really nothing up top. No, he flicked the pass at the beginning, trying to get something going. I'm like, okay, that's you're trying, and then he did nothing. He was really quite anonymous. He had that terrible layoff in the box that if he just hit a little better, maybe we get a shot. But
we'll talk about that. Don't worry.
And I'm gonna say I thought the subs should have been. I made a comment in there like 70 minutes for Mbeumo for Ahmad, and I was making fun of it takes us so long to sub. But he did do 60-minute subs. But I thought Mbeumo should have gone out at 60 because that would have at least given some more opportunity.
I thought half time for Mbeumo myself.
Xerxes to me he's a system player. He is not an all around. If you play a manager like under Thiago Motta at Bologna, I think that system was almost built around Xerxes and the way he plays. He's going to be a very specific system player for a manager, and he'll probably do really well. I just don't think it's going to be here. I don't get on players too much about pace, but. If you don't have pace, it's one thing. But if you're not offering goals, if you don't know, he's 6'4". If he doesn't know how to use his frame to win duels, like that's a problem. What else? What are you doing for me if you're not scoring? If you're not winning duels, like You're not running like.
What are you offering?
Yeah, I just don't get it.
Yeah.
So,
No. You know, Dylan made a point there, Sean, about Bruno like trying to force the ball. Well, the passes were good passes. There's no one running without Sesko. If he looked up and that was Sesko, Bruno knows he's on that.
Yeah.
Xerxes didn't even bother trying to chase it.
Yeah,
there was no pressing the keeper,
and
not
you
one.
You could see Bruno getting frustrated. You could see Bruno getting frustrated with that because he was making those through balls, and normally Sesko or Cunha, if he's in the middle, tries to go for him, and Mbumo tries it, and Xerxes was just like, nah.
Weren't we talking about this last week when we were talking about how much Sesko's improved his work rate up front, the chasing down, the pressing, the running the channels, the gut work that you need to do as a forward? None of it today. And Bruno's been thriving off that for the last month, and none of it.
It could just been, just the planets misaligning all at once when it came to injuries and whatnot. Maybe it was, of course. Maybe like you're saying, maybe playing Mbumo there. That's what I didn't get is we've played Mbumo as the 9, and while I've been critical of it, it's something that we've done already.
He'd have done better today.
Same as Mount. When the team was announced, I thought that was Mount as the 10, Bruno deeper, because I don't like it, but that's where Bruno is played. So it's not a big shift necessarily, but it was the opposite, and I think we suffered as a result. So maybe team selection, we can throw a little bit more of that criticism towards Carrick as well. Xerxes probably tired. Tired from what? Did he pull something getting off the bench? Like
curling his hair. He's up at 5 in the morning to curl it, isn't he?
I'm not like, I don't like bashing a player. He's our player, but I'm like, you gotta call out when it's necessary. And like Danny says, Cunha looks better when he's playing a little more central. I mean, that's where he plays naturally anyway. He's always drifting central. I think Dylan pointed that out in the chat.
He did.
Yeah, he was drifting centrally, trying to get on the ball because Xerxes wasn't. He almost ran into Xerxes a couple times because he was trying to get on the ball.
Yeah, we'd have been so much better if Dylan, like Dylan said in the chat during the game. It would have been better if we'd have pushed Cunha even in the false 9, sit up there, put Ahmad or Mbumo on the left, or bring Dorgu on and go, right, come on, let's link some play and let's run it.
I think honestly that's Cunha's natural position is a second striker. It's like a Rooney, a Cantona, a Gibbs White, an Eze, kind of just a floater who is more of an attack, like a Rodgers kind of player. I don't see him as a winger necessarily. I don't see him as a striker because he likes that ball to feet. He's Brazilian. He wants that ball on the ground where he can do stuff with it. So if we played him as a false 9, maybe if and when Bruno leaves and we get like a proper winger or somebody, maybe that could be the route to go. But I agree. Absolutely. Agile Mount was awful. I mean, that's not where he plays. I just don't get why we didn't. Why
was not good today.
No, it wasn't on. Stats wise, not much to write home about. The first half was just absolute dog shit. 20 touches in our box for Sunderland in the first half alone, 5 in their box for United. 4 of our touches in their box came in like the last 5 minutes. 10 shots in the first half for Sunderland, 4 for us. We did not create a big chance. We had no shots on target in the first pass. We had 1 shot on target in the entire match, and that was Cunha's in stoppage time that he really should have buried, honestly, if we're going to be talking about him. We did marginally better in the second half. If you want to say better means we just cut down their shots and we upped ours a little bit. But, I mean, it's not good. No shots on target in the first half for the first time this whole season for United. It's not good enough, man.
Sean, I would put a caveat on that. Whether we did marginally better, I thought it was more Sunderland did less.
Yeah, they didn't.
Honestly, they didn't press nowhere near the same intensity in the second half as in the first.
Yeah, they went full Berbatov. They just conserved their energy in the second half for when they needed it. That's what they decided to do.
I wish he was Berbatov.
He should have buried that. I mean, for a second there, it almost looked like Cunha didn't want to shoot now and then. It looked like everybody was taking a little too many touches in the box when I thought the shot was on. And we'll talk more about some of those opportunities when we do player ratings as well. But when you hear those stats, what do you guys make of some of that? Was that just like, did you expect it going to Sunderland? Was it just a one-off, or do you think it was indicative of a trend recently? Where do you guys stand on some of those numbers? Because this is Sunderland who were in the championship. This is Sunderland who were like 3 leagues down not that long ago either.
I think it's embarrassing. I think whether it's the last game of the season or the first, we should be going there and absolutely playing them off the park.
Yeah.
Injuries can make a difference, yes, but it's still 11 of our footballers out on that pitch, and they embarrassed themselves today.
Yeah.
I don't think anybody was any good, particularly even the work rate wasn't there from half the team. And when you don't put that in, I think it's embarrassing. The stats flatter us. We should have lost.
Yeah.
And any other day, any other team will give us an absolute hiding if we let them have that many chances in the first 10 minutes. So, yeah, embarrassing today, frankly, across the board.
Dylan, one shot on target the whole match. What do you make of that?
I mean, we really didn't do anything to help ourselves. And I get the feeling just watching some of it is that you can see that there's not necessarily that cutthroat sort of mentality on some of it, because there's some passes they make to Bruno, and I'm like, you shouldn't have done that one. Like, stop trying to give him the ball so he can get the record. Just either ping it towards the net or make a different choice. But Bruno's calling for it, and he doesn't have to get it all the time. And I know he wants it, and he's trying to do other things too. And I can see it. You could see it a little bit staying in all their brains that they're trying to help him. And somebody's got to get in there and say, screw this. We got to win this game.
Yeah. It was not good enough from anybody today. First off, I want to give a shout out to Rob Taff. 13 months of membership from Rob Taff. Let me get one of these guys for him. Big up Rob Taff.
United.
Says Ian is fantastic on the show. Great addition. I agree. We were very, very happy to have Dylan or Ian on the show now. It's good. He's been involved in the WhatsApp group for quite some time. Really knowledgeable, really passionate, and that's really the only requirement to be a member, the only requirement to be part of the community, is just be passionate about the club. But absolute legend, Rob Taff. Appreciate that.
You can't make a comment in our WhatsApp group if you can't back it up, because trust me, no names, but we know who we are.
Yeah, we get a little wild sometimes, but that's all right.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Dylan, it was not good enough.
No, definitely.
Before we dive into player ratings, saw somebody post this on Twitter, and maybe you guys can give your thoughts before we dive in. Do you think the players were stepping off it because they had one eye on World Cup?
Go on, Dill.
I think I saw that too, and I was like, for some of them, like I think Xerxes definitely has his eye on there, but I don't think he's going. I think he's got. I think that's passed him by.
Yeah.
But.
He does know the fans don't have to get there at the same time as the players, right? Because he's not playing for Holland, surely.
Exactly. Yeah. So I'm not quite sure. I mean, it almost just looked like, I think that was in the back of their minds, but not. I think more of it was just like, hey, we got third. Like even though they haven't really secured it yet. I think they're. I think the beach is in their minds, and they're thinking about that right now.
They've packed the suntan lotion.
There,
they got the sunglasses totally on. They're ready to go.
Yeah.
The other thing about that is how many of our players are going to the World Cup? How many are actually going? Because Shaw's not going. I don't know if Delow's going. He probably will.
Dellow will.
Bruno won't stop. Yeah. Is Maguire going? I don't know if was he picked or not picked. I don't think he was he?
It's a possibility.
Leitcher's picked. I don't know. Belgium aren't there, so Lemens isn't going. Kobe hasn't been picked, but he will be. Mount's not going. Cunha is. Mbeumo's not there, and I don't think Slovenia are there, are they? So Sesko's not going. Or
Dorgu not going probably.
Dorgu not going, yeah. So I don't think it's not an excuse. I think Dylan's right. It's more the beach. They just switched off today, and it's embarrassing.
Yeah. Like I said, they packed up the sunscreen. They're packing up the car. They're finding their books that they're going to bring. Not quite there yet. So packing up the home alone. Yeah. All right, we're gonna do some player ratings, and we'll see how everyone thinks about these individual performances. Before we dive in, I can't wait to hear you guys' thoughts. But make sure you guys have liked and subscribed if you haven't yet done so, please. As always, let's start with this young man, probably the brightest spot of the day, in my opinion. Brilliant save to deny Siddiqui in that 1v1. made 3 saves in the first half amidst, quite frankly, as I pointed out, 20 touches in the box. Like, it was a deluge of Sunderland pressure in that first half. He made another crucial save in the second half to deny Robbie when he just danced through our defense. 4 saves on the night. All of them came from inside the box, prevented 2 goals. He was Premier League man of the match tonight. He is my man of the match tonight. What do you guys... I'd probably give him like an 8 out of 10 tonight. What are you guys giving Stena Lamans?
I'm giving him a 9. And he is my man of the match as well. And it's simply because he was the only Man United player that looked like they gave some today. I think you could tell he was... You see him come... amount of times he came flying off his line. That time he clattered Robbie in the first 10 minutes as well. He was angry with what happened last week. And he was determined today to show everyone, no. So, absolutely. Without him today, we lose that game 3-0. And it would be embarrassing. We'd be sitting here going mad. Yeah. And he is... honestly, I thank everything. I think he's the best signing of the window. He's more important than any of the other 3. Because if we still had Onana in goal, it wouldn't matter who we had up front.
Oh, don't get me started. I get PTSD when I think about Andre Onana.
So, 9 for me, and absolutely done his job today. Loved him.
I agree with Ian on that one. He looked at that performance last week and said, I'm going to do better. And you can see his distribution was better. He looked confident in net. His positioning was good. He went out to go get those balls. It's like he was listening to us before.
Yeah,
because we were saying sometimes he seems a little like a step off, but no, he looked great today. Yeah, definitely. I was going to say he's my man of the match. He's the only one I can see that really set himself apart from the others.
Yeah,
and if he's not in net, we lose that match. So yeah, he's my man of the match. I'd probably give him an 8-2, 8 or 9. I don't really know what to just when you notice the goalkeeper and what they're doing more than any other player, that does say something about the performance for the rest of the team. But kudos to him. He stepped up when we needed him. So, nice job. Nice rebound.
Yeah. And I fully agree. I fully agree. And like what Ian said, like, I don't care too much about what happened last week. Yes, the errors are ultimately what led to us conceding goals. He has not like had an error that led to a goal up until that point. But like you said, Ian, like responding from what happened last week, that's exactly what a footballer should do. We want to see response when stuff like this happens. We want to see a response. It's all well and good to put out a tweet like, oh, we go again, not the result we wanted, we go again, thank for support. But this is how you respond. Kobbie Mainoo scoring a winner against Liverpool at Old Trafford in front of the Stretford End Academy. I just love the excuse to lay all that out again, by the way. That's the kind of response we need when you get a contract bump. Like, this is what I want. Show us that you're learning. Show us that you hear us. Show us that you care. Show us that you know that getting the contract is not the goal. The goal is showing that you deserve the contract.
Deserve the contract, yeah. 100%.
And that goes for people that we sign, too, not just people that we give a new contract to. Like, it used to be back in the day that when you signed for United, that's when the work started. Like,
the real work in your career now starts now. Yeah. But I try to echo something you said there, Sean. It's 100% the thing that when you see what the players did today and you see the change in mentality, I don't want to see this. We go again next week. We won head tennis in training. We're going to be on. I want to see a picture of someone tweeting.
Instagram photos.
Yeah. I want to see a picture of one of them post a TV with a football boot in it, broken, going, not good enough today. Better. We'll do better. And just like show how angry you are. Echo how angry we are.
Yeah.
Because that's what I want to see. And I thought today he was the only one that really showed that he weren't happy. Yeah. So
that point is his to claim. He saved the point for us today. And even if he had done a smash and grab there at the last second with Cunha, I would still be just as infuriated as I am now with that performance.
Yeah, it wouldn't have been good enough. We'd have nicked a win. Yeah. We wouldn't have deserved a win. There's a big difference.
Seems like he's everybody's man of the match. Seems like everyone has given him at least a minimum like 8 out of 10. What did you guys give him as a rating? I can't remember what you guys said.
9.
Yeah, I'd give him an 8 or a 9. Yeah, he was great today. He was exactly
such a good keeper, man. I'm such a breath of fresh air between.
Spam those man of the match icons. Spam them in the chat.
What about Luca, as Ollie used to call him? Luca. Yeah, good match, Luca. I thought some good crosses. Some of the passing was a little off, but it was good to see him getting forward more, which because I think his delivery is among the best in the team when it comes to putting balls in the box. And then was just I thought he was pretty solid as well. What did you guys make of Shaw tonight?
Similar. I thought he was solid. I don't think he was any bad, any good. He was. I'd, I'd be happy with giving him a 6, which I think's above average. He wasn't below average. He was about average. But I said, I agree with Sean. The crosses are brilliant. But he doesn't go. We moaned about it the other week. I can't believe how many times he comes back inside and doesn't just cross that first time.
Yeah.
Because he has got a brilliant left foot. But yeah, a little bit more forward today, and hopefully we saw more of it. But when you've not had a great game, when all the commentators are talking about is how good his injury record's been this year.
Yeah, I mean,
so a 6 from me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bill.
Yeah, I'd agree. About a 6. He got forward more, which was good to see. Got caught out a few times trying to play up.
Yeah.
I thought some of that, he was trying to keep the press going, and I thought sometimes he just needed to get back. But, he's 36 games in a row. He's started, so great job there.
I know, it's amazing.
But yeah, just nothing for him. Yeah, that's amazing. But yeah, nothing really to write home about. Really nothing to write home about for any of the defenders. But
no.
Yeah, nothing to write home about for Shaw.
Do you guys agree with me that he telegraphs that 1-2 inside ball? So you might as well shout to the right winger, "I'm doing it." Like, I just wish he could do it without looking. So don't have to aim your body inside, Luke. Everyone knows you're doing it.
I think we telegraph quite a few tactical kind of moments in this. Whether that bounce pass from Laumann's, I think we forced that. I think sometimes this is. I don't know how much of it is tactical and how much of it, like you're saying, is maybe just a little bit lack of confidence in a first touch, little lack of confidence in that. I don't know. It needs to be more fluid, needs to be crisper on some of this stuff. But like you guys are saying, he's not done anything poor today. He just didn't do anything outstanding. Like I said, most is solid. 6 is pretty good for me. I'm happy with a 6. The Butcher. Definitely, I thought some rust to shake off when it came to some of his early passing. You could tell it was just needed to dial in a little bit. That's going to happen, but he did grow into the game. Showed off quite a bit of that fancy press resistance, that Techers that we know and love, especially when he was driving into midfield. Just a little drop of the shoulder, and he's got acres of space for himself. 2 out of 2 dribbles from Leacha, 8 passes into the final third, 2 tackles, 4 clearances, 4 out of 4 ground duels tonight, like back to his best. A lot of people still said that Heaven shouldn't have been subbed off, but what did you guys make of Leacha tonight?
Go on, Dylan.
Good performance to come back. I thought he definitely had the rust to take off. I mean, you can see it at the beginning, especially. That he needed to knock some of that rust off, but his passing was pretty decent for time. I thought some of his progressive passing, he was trying some things that didn't help because Xerxes was up top and he wasn't really giving him options. But again, nothing to write home about. He just kind of with playing the high back line, he and Maguire had to be very focused on where those balls were going, and I think that definitely dampened some of his abilities to
play the long ball, innit? He can't stretch that pitch.
With the transition, play the long ball. Yeah. So and that hurt too, because when we get to Mizraoui, we can look at that. But yeah, it was 5 or a 6. It was just kind of an average performance, really. And I think he struggled a little bit in the air today. So
I echo exactly what Dylan said there. Just a 5 from me. I wasn't keen on him being in from the start, and you guys, I've already said why about Heaven, but Sean, some of those stats show the class he has got. I don't think he really he looked rusty, definitely. One thing I did think was he might be in there because for some reason, even though he is smaller than most centre backs, he deals with big, strong forwards quite well. Like he pockets Haaland every time we play against them, right? So possibly that might have been the thinking against Robbie, just possibly, because the only thing Heaven did get a little caught a couple of times by Thiago, but the recovery was there. So it's a 50-50. I don't think he had above average game. He had a 5 from me, and I want to see more, but he wasn't bad. So.
Would you guys like, do you agree with Danny? Maybe if you get a decent offer this summer, would you look to maybe upgrade at center back too?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah. Would,
definitely.
would,
I
would
mean,
you if you I mean 'cause we can't get rid of two, right? Because Delit and Leach have had kind of iffy injury stuff this season. Which one would you get rid of first, Delit or Leach?
Leacher,
Yeah.
because we've got Heaven, and also I'd have said we can get rid of both because if we got rid of Leacher and Delit, we get Senesi and Van Hecker.
We could have.
There's
Yeah.
40 million, two centre backs, 40 million, half the wages. I don't think Van Hecker and Senesi would be on the wages that we pay Delit.
Yeah. I've said that a couple
Put it that
times
way.
too. Get them both. Dylan, which one would you
Two
get rid
centre
of?
backs.
Delict, I think, with that back injury now being as troublesome as it's been, I just get the feeling with how he's going to play and how that position's going to be that's going to be more and more of a recurring problem for him. So
Yeah.
we'll see.
Backs are
And I
iffy.
would,
You don't want
if
them
somebody
that
came
big.
in and was like, "Hey, we'll give you," yeah, if somebody came in
Yeah.
with a halfway decent offer on Delict, I'd be like, "Yep, all right, have a good one." So
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know
Do
where
you guys
he
not?
would go.
Do you guys think though? With the, I personally think this is Delit's first sort of serious injury with us, and Martinez's second, and now he's back and recovered from that. I personally think all fit, Delit's our best centre back.
Oh, for sure.
So,
100%.
and the left foot option is left foot ball playing option is the main reason Martinez plays. I think that's his main strength as a centre back. He's a good defender, but he's not a defender. He's a ball playing defender, in my opinion. So
Yeah.
we've got Heaven in that, and I think, like I said, Senesi or Van Hecker or both could easily come in and replace one or both of them,
Oh,
and
for
we'd be
sure.
much stronger.
Yeah.
And our
100%.
wages, I mean, millions of pounds saved in wages.
I've been banging that drum for a couple months now. When we did the 200 million pound rebuild, I said I was probably much more ruthless than a lot of people are accustomed because I'd said just sell him, bring in Van Hecke, and let's go from there. I'm just trying to move forward, and sometimes I'm getting to a point where you can't move forward quickly when you've got anchors, and I think that
Yeah.
some of these players are becoming anchors for some of that. 'Cause-
My wife's got a saying. She says you can't move forward if you live in the past.
yeah,
And they were great footballers, and they are great footballers. I love the Butcher, and I love Delict. I think he's absolutely elite at his best. They can't stay fit. I'm sorry. We're not a charity. We're not playing for fun. We're playing to win. And if we can replace two centre backs that are injury prone with two Premier League proven centre backs for a quarter of the wages and a quarter of the cost, what are we doing?
yeah, it's hard. It's a difficult one for me. I'm trying not to be like heartless or callous, but at the same time, I care more about the club than I do about the feelings of any one or
Yeah.
individual player. And so it's hard. Like I said,
100%.
if they're becoming anchors where they are keeping us from moving forward, then
Yeah.
it's something to stop and think about. But like Dylan said, the
Yeah.
back issue is a big word because your back is that's connected to everything, and it doesn't take much, especially if it's a recurring
You can't
thing.
move.
Yeah, and
Yeah,
he's
you're
been out since
100.
like November, Delit, and
Yeah.
that's a worry for me because that's non-contact at this point. Where most of Leach's stuff is contact, aside from that
Yeah.
ACL. So that's
Which is unlucky a lot of the time, isn't it?
yeah, it
that
is. It's
I-
it's annoying.
I think you're right. I think you're right about the heartless comment, though. I don't think you can be heartless, but you're not. When you get to a point, if you're heartless, you could say, for instance, don't think many of us think much of Di Maria, but what happened to him while he was here? If you
Yeah.
don't feel like that's bad, then you are heartless.
Yeah.
Because if you can't feel for someone when that happens, because I wouldn't care what football club it is, and I love this football club more than most things in my life. But even if I was playing and someone attacked my wife, you wouldn't. You just see me run off the pitch because
Yeah.
nothing comes over that. But when you're just an injury prone problem that's causing us inconsistencies like today, for instance, where if we had all of our centre back options fit, I don't think that happens today. So
It's hard. It's a hard one for me because I don't blame players for injuries, but at the same time, again, there's a bigger picture here. There's a greater good here, and I think again, if like the anchor is a vital part of the ship, just like Leach, I think, is a vital part of our defense. But if it's
Absolutely.
keeping us from moving forward, then like you
Got to
said,
cut it off.
it's a problem. And so I'm just
Yeah.
we'll see. It wouldn't be my it wouldn't necessarily be my top priority. I wouldn't go into the summer thinking we got to get rid of one of these guys. But if there's an opportunity, maybe like Danny says, if a Saudi club or like a
Yeah.
Juve or something come in and they're like, or like a Spanish side, like somebody wants to come in and with like, I don't know, 30, 35 million pound offer for
Mm.
Licha, that's tempting because like you said, you could immediately turn around and you get it's profit at that point because you're getting the 35, but you're also turning on you start putting a down payment on a Van Hecke for like 15, 20 million and you're paying it over the
Yeah.
next couple of years. It's
Yeah.
it is what it
Absolutely.
is. I don't know. I don't want to dwell too much on it. Sunderland got away with it a little bit today because they weren't playing traditional long balls. They were winning the ball in midfield and then it was a simple dink over the top. So usually if I'm Licha or Delit or whoever and a long ball comes in, I can meet it. But when you're here and they play it here, it's going right over you and they're
Yeah.
dinking it to Brobby. So your height doesn't matter at that point. They're just dinking it right over you. So they were playing longer passes. They just weren't playing long balls, and it was killing us every single time. Let's see,
They
Rob. Yeah,
compressed us really easily, I thought. Just
yeah.
made
They
us,
invited it,
yeah.
and then they kind of closed in around us a little bit
Mm.
and smothered us a little bit. Which again, Mount was probably a weak link there because of out of position. But
Yeah.
Yeah.
what about Herodona today? What do you guys make of him?
Got a
Go ahead, Ian.
average again, really. I don't think anybody did anything wrong apart from lack of any attitude or fight or passion. So if I'm giving you a 5, you did average, and I think that's about the same. He didn't do any game-saving tackles. He didn't do really well in the attack. I thought he was okay today, but I don't think he dealt with Robbie as well as I thought he would.
Yeah.
But Robbie's quite aggressive and fast, and Harry might be good in the air and strong if he backs up at you, but he's not fast. He just isn't. He's never going to be fast. The high line, like Sean said, was just suicide. So a 5 for me.
Mm.
Mm.
Dylan.
Yeah, I'd say the same thing. I thought his positioning around the box was pretty good, but yeah, Robbie got him a few times. But just again, he really didn't do a whole lot.
No.
Just kind of was there. Was nothing notable to do, and again, it's just that whole back line when Lamans has to make those big saves. That is a bit of detriment from the defense. Sometimes those are going to go through, but
Yeah.
hopefully the defense
Absolutely.
can put in a little bit better shift. And the fact that we were under that much pressure at the beginning put a lot of pressure on the defense to
Yep.
step up. And they held the line, but it's just one of those days where they're just doing their job. So
Yeah, I don't blame players necessarily for being slow. Like it's not their fault. You can't just make people fast, but you have to you have to kind of consider that tactically. And when playing a high line, it's just suicide. And when you've got a lot of mobility, a lot of quick like exploiting of that space, I think like the way Brobby was playing, I think that is not putting Maguire in his best situation. He's caught, like I said, caught high way too often. He did win all of his ground duels, 2 out of 2. He did make an interception, 7 clearances, so his job was just get that ball out of the box. And he did make 2 tackles, but like you guys are saying, probably like average for me. Didn't really, again, pace to me, I don't look at that. I don't look at pace as like a mistake on the day. You're just not fast. It is what it is, but
No, the tactic was the mistake. You're right.
yeah, I
It's
blame
not
that
hit
more
his
on
pace.
Carrick. If you've got slow center backs, just let them sit back like 10 yards. Or just leave one back if you're going to push forward a little bit. Just back 5-10 yards, just in case.
Yeah.
But
He's a box defender, isn't he? We all know it. He's a penalty box defender, and when he does that, he's elite at it. You take him out of his comfort zone. If he's got the ball at his feet on the halfway line, that's fine.
yeah,
You ask him to defend with his back to goal on the halfway line, he's like a duck, a fish out of water. He's just flaps.
yeah, I think
So-
that was Sunderland's game plan was just let them get up and then just win that ball and then move it quickly because he's just caught out. He's nothing. He's dead at that point. There's nothing you can
Yeah.
do.
Definitely.
Mazraoui got himself a start tonight, stepping in for Dallo, who was on the bench. 4 tackles, 1 interception, created 3 chances, and won 7 out of 7 duels tonight. Won 100% of his duels tonight. I'll start this one because I know like the defense overall didn't look great. I thought Mizraoui quietly had a solid performance tonight. I thought just when you look at the chance creation, the duels, I think I think he was fine. But you guys, let me know what your thoughts on Maz tonight.
Go on, Dill.
I thought at the beginning you could see that because he hasn't been playing as much. It took a minute for him to get going because they were hitting him at the beginning with some of those cross field balls, and he was playing more centrally, and that was giving the left side of the field a lot of space. But he recovered well. Once they kind of settled in, that stopped happening. Like they weren't getting the same amount of chances. So in terms of the defensive background, I thought he proved himself the most because as he got some of those, as he got through that, as he worked through that, things got locked up a lot more, and he started to look a lot better. And I thought it looked better for him too when Mbumo come on because he had kind of a little more of an outlet with some pace. I think
he had more cover as well.
Mbumo. Yeah. So that worked out well. So yeah, I'd give him probably a 6. I thought he looked pretty good as the game went on. It started to go better for him.
I pretty much echo both with what you said. I'll give him a 6 as well. I've been staying for him to start a couple of games, and I think what he's showing us is we all definitely know he's definitely more solid defensively than Dalot, but again, that's not a hard standard to make. But I think with Maz, the more he plays, the better Maz we will get. It's just, can he again stay fit? It's another slight problem. Do we drop him or does he stay fit? I don't know, but he was, again, just above average today, so I agree, a 6. Did his job correctly. Definitely got better with Mbumo on than Ahmad, which is surprising because I like Ahmad because I think he usually works quite hard with a defensive cover, but he was letting himself down today. Don't know.
Yeah, I think Ahmad is hard. He's kind of stuck in that wingback spot still for me. We'll get to Ahmad where he's like he's trying to do too much maybe off the ball, which kind of means he can't get forward enough to get on the ball. Like it's just he's kind of lost in a weird thing. But I thought this and the Chelsea match are probably the best from Mizraoui since AFCON, and he's not been great since AFCON.
Definitely.
Again, it wasn't like spectacular. He wasn't flying into tackles. He wasn't putting balls on the sixpence here and there. But I thought overall, he did just fine. Personally, I think I still think he's a better right back than Dalot from an all-around game standpoint. But
100%.
I do think that he's been well off it since AFCON. So
100. Do you know what? I noticed 2 things he did, which I thought if Dalot was on, and you'll all remember we used to suffer terribly with Wan-Bissaka doing it. He was back post headers.
Oh yeah.
When it comes across, he's a lot better at that. 2 of his main clearing headers today were both back posts as it's coming over him with the defender, but with the attacker behind him. And I just feel like I'm one of these players, I think that you should do what your job is. And if his job is to defend, that comes first.
Yeah.
I want him to be able to cross the ball and I want him to be able to get involved in attacks. But do you want an attacker then, or do you want a defender? Because otherwise you're going to be one of these people that puts, forwards at right back because they think it works. It doesn't. So, we've got to say what we want. But defensively today, I thought he was, and I agree, in the Chelsea game as well, much better.
Money Mace. We talked about this a little bit already. Like I said, I thought he was more effective when he did get up in the final third late on. He and Bruno kind of swapped, and the plan was basically just hoof it forward, get bodies in the box. Otherwise, he just wasn't great. He did manage 3 tackles, 3 interceptions, 3 out of 3 long balls. He made 14 defensive contributions all around as well. He's not a 6. He's not even really an 8 necessarily. I think he's got work rate. I just don't think he got the physicality because his duels were not good today at all. I'd probably give him just like a 4. What do you guys make of him today?
I'll say the same. I thought he was really below average. You can tell he's not played in a while. I was hoping we might see the Mason Mount that we saw in those couple of games under Amorim, where he looked amazing, and I was like screaming, "Don't you dare drop him!" But exactly like Sean said, I could not believe we kicked off with him in the 6 and Bruno in the 10.
Yeah.
Now I know everyone's screaming, going, "Bruno's better in a 10." He is. but he's also better than Mount in the 6.
Yeah.
So I just don't. Again, it's this trying to force square pegs in round holes, and I don't like it. I'm not a fan. He did himself. He did what he did. He works hard, Mace, and you'll always get that from him. I think he probably run more than anyone on the pitch today. But I mean, that's proven by what Sean said about their defensive contributions. The amount of little nicks. I think in the first 10 minutes he took the ball off a Sunderland toe in the box a couple of times. So you get that, but his overall performance was below. Yeah, I'd say a 4.
Yeah.
I'd say the same with the 4. I thought he was actually, when I saw the lineup, I thought they were going to move Cunha centrally and put him on the left, just because we've seen him play on the left before. So it was like, okay, he can press on that side. We'll see how this goes. Because a lot of times with Amorim's system, it's like good. He's
one sec, guys.
He's got the pace and press. Cunha, we know, likes to be central, and that might help with Xerxes getting on, or maybe Xerxes can help him. But yeah, that I didn't understand him playing in that position. And you could we talked about it already. He with no that holding midfield to kind of shore up everything, and then get the ball to Bruno to get to the attack. You had Mason trying to start the attack and launching it, but his ball isn't as good.
Yeah.
And then when they're just bringing it back towards us, and then they were playing through us because the positioning was all off. Because Cobby's trying to play his normal position, but he's also kind of got a cover for Mason, who's pressing, and so Cobby really wasn't as effective as he could be. Like if Kaz was there, because the positioning was terrible, and you could see Sunderland go right through us so many times, and it was frustrating. If there is ever more of a match to see how indicative it is for that we need more good, strong midfielder to replace Kaz, this was it.
Oh, absolutely.
I'd like to see. I'd love to see Mount sold. I think alone is probably the best bet. Honestly, I know, like someone put in the chat, I saw some lazy journalism linking him to Coventry because they're promoted and Frank Lampard's the manager. I don't think a loan to Coventry would be the worst option. Would make an option to buy. Maybe if they stay up, I think that would be should trigger some sort of obligation, in my opinion. I think the only thing I could think of is maybe we put him in the midfield for his energy, his work rate. But I mean, my dog can chase around the ball, but she's not going to know what to do with it once she gets it. Is the thing. Like, cool, you run around a lot, but what are you doing with the ball? Like, eventually you're going to get the ball, and so I just don't think there's that. I probably would have liked to see one of the Fletchers come on for him.
Yeah.
And just do a little better, just taking care of the ball, just because that's their natural position. I think that to me just seemed like a better fit. Personally.
And they're sharper as well. I think even if one of them played yesterday, I still bet you he's sharper than Mount. So yeah, I think he was on a bit of a hide into nothing, because when nobody wanted to be missing Casemiro, and coming in replacing him is like coming in and trying to replace Bruno in a game at the moment. No one's going to want that to happen. No. So I think, I agree with Dylan 100%. He showed the lack of energy. Even though he ran around all the time, it shows that without Cass, we miss that defensive mind with the energy and the ability. And we're talking about the likes of Sangares and Waltons and people like that. The difference between him and Adam Walton is chalk and cheese. I don't think that people are like, he's like Walton's what, Walton can't defend. But he's not a defender in the same way that Sangare is, or Caicedo or someone like that. But he's positionally strong defensively. Yeah, where Mount, I think, is just a bit of a headless chicken.
And we really needed that more positional sense today, more so than we needed to be defensive minded. We just needed the positional sense. Yeah, and that hurt today.
Yeah, see, because it's not Casemiro's the fastest, but if you watch some of those heat maps, it's like he covers every blade of grass. It's because in every moment of the game, he knows where he should be standing. And that's just, like Sean said, you don't have to have pace for that.
Oh, looks like we lost Sean.
Oh.
Sorry, Sean will be back here in just a second, guys. So,
smash the like button. Shock him when he gets back.
Right. Yeah. I think we're all pretty much agreed with Mount. Just not a game today.
No, so, absolutely.
Let's see who's. I think we're going to say Bruno for the next one. So let's go to Cobby. I'm sure that's where we're going to go next.
Yeah.
So Sean can switch the things. Okay, so I'd say Cobby kind of the same thing with the defense. He was trying to cover a lot for Mason. Because I saw a few times he was trying to shift centrally as Mason was over on one of the wings, and you could see he just couldn't get it going. He had some nice passes, he had some nice chances to get things going, but it was too much for him. He didn't have somebody to partner with to ease that burden. He didn't get to go forward to kind of get some things going. He was almost playing the Casemiro position, and that's not really his game.
No, not at all.
He needs to be the one. He's almost trying to be a little bit linking with Bruno. Like if you can get the ball to either Bruno or Kobe, something's going to happen. So
yeah, I think you're exactly right. No, you're right, Dylan, because when you looked at the way he kept getting caught on his own in the middle, because Mount until they changed it back to Bruno, Mount was just floating, following his man, where Casemiro's not stupid enough to do that. He doesn't leave Kobe on his own. So when he commits a man and goes for the space, he knows I can commit. You saw 2 or 3 times just before half time, there's a ball. He looked up and he's like, I'm not sure, because if I make the pass, it's good. But if I make the pass and I don't, Mason's out of position by 20 yards. I've got to be more careful. So he had to turn back and play across. Sometimes the other players don't have to do anything to make it easier. And I think Mason's good thing, which is his work rate, is also his worst thing a little bit. Like a headless chicken, I say. He runs a lot. Like Sean said, his dog will chase the ball all day, but ain't going to do much with it.
Yeah, and I agree with Danny. He said he thought Kobe could have dribbled out and progressed the ball over time. Yeah, he had some opportunities, but I agree. I think that is exactly right. I think he just got to the point where he was like, I'm not sure what to do because I don't know where Mason's going to be. And part of that could have been like, or he didn't know. And you could see Bruno pressing too. Like Bruno was really trying to get that ball forward, and I think that threw him off a little bit. And so it wasn't his game today. But we know what is he, 20 years old? 21? I don't remember.
I think so.
He just signed a new contract. We've seen how good he's going to be.
It
was one of those games where it didn't come off. So
no, not everyone's good all the time. Yeah, absolutely, Dylan. The other thing as well, did you notice as well? I like Kobe when he brings the ball out, but when we're doing this split the centre backs, play through the lines, and then pass the ball when we split their press. That first ball usually goes to Cass, then it goes to Kobe, and then it starts rotating out. Kobe doesn't like, and it sounds stupid, but he doesn't like that being that 5 yards deeper. He likes being the second receiver, which then turns the team around and starts moving it forward. He can receive the ball with his back to play, but he's better as a second cog in the wheel, not the first one. Yes. And it does. When Mount, I think at least 4 times I'm screaming, why have we got 2 options? Because Harry went one way, Martinez went the other way, Lemens looks up and all he's got is Kobe standing there and Mount's already up on the halfway line. Yeah. You can't. Oh, Sean's Wi-Fi died.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Oh, boy.
He's not happy.
Man, that is not good. Well, we're going to do our best to keep it going here. But
We'll smash it. Get the hotspot on.
Right. Yeah, you are 100% right. I didn't remember that until you just said that. But yeah, you could see Kobe was getting that 100%. Yeah, because when Cass is that first option, you can see Cass has the experience to know what to do. He'll get that ball to Kobe. Kobe can turn with it. We've seen him do that so many times. Even I think I've seen Heaven do it too a few times. They both have a little bit of that confidence to make that turn when they get the ball from Cass. And didn't have it today because, like you were saying, Mason's at the halfway line because he's trying to get the ball forward. I'm like, that is not what we needed. And I'm going to throw that on Carrick a little bit just to say, if you see it's not working, say, Bruno, you got to go back. Like you're the manager. You just tell him, Bruno, you need to go back for this. We can tweak things at halftime. But that's how it's definitely.
100%. You've just kind of said it a little bit there. I would have liked to have seen. Everyone's gone on about this for ages. Why not today? Why not put Heaven or Martinez in midfield then? If that's what you want them to do, if that's what you want someone to do, be the first rotation out of defence, then put someone who's Martinez is good on the ball. That's what he's there for, apparently. So let's put him in centre mid. If he's only on the pitch to get minutes, I don't think he needs to learn how to positionally be a centre back anymore. He should have had that now down by now. Yeah. So why not go in the midfield and help Kobe? Yeah. Loads of energy, loads of ability on the ball. Take the first press, play the ball out.
Yep. And Leach has got the confidence on the ball. Like he
100.
doesn't even have to go that far. He just has to link the ball through. If we could get through the lines, we would have had more of an opportunity, and that was the hard part. We just didn't have the linkage. So
Xhaka wouldn't have been playing the ball around like he did. He had Mount on toast. Leach would have been a lot better. And
we already know, like we've seen Heaven play. Heaven's paired with Harry. We know they've got a good pairing. We know
it works
Luke
well.
Trusts him. We know because Luke has. I don't know how much you guys have seen. Luke trusted him a lot in that Liverpool match.
Yeah,
Luke had to make sure he stayed out wide, and Heaven stepped up. So I'm not.
because he knew he had the inside covered. You're right, 100%. Yeah.
That would have been. You're right, Ian. That would have been the move to.
I think so.
If you didn't, because we didn't really have. If you didn't want to throw Fletcher on, if you didn't want to throw any of the younger guys on, move Martinez up. He's played there when he was at Ajax.
Yeah.
And it's been a little bit, but he could always stay back. He could be an extra cover and just try.
It can almost be like Sean said. It can almost be a 3 at the back, 5 at the back type thing. Yeah. Where you're just the floating centre back. I think they do. They call it a floating centre back. So you're just sit in front, move up. Me and Harry will hold the line, and also Heaven's the quickest of our centre backs, I think. Yeah. So it'd have given us, if we're going to play that line, why not have our fastest centre back on? That again made no sense either. So
I get you. But so just Kabi unlucky today, just didn't go off. But I think 5 or 6.
5 or 6. Yeah. I'm going to do Danny B. I'm going to go 5.5.
There you go. Yeah, that's probably, and I don't really blame him on this. I think that was more his. That was more just
partner than his. Yeah.
But all right, let's go to Bruno.
Let's go to the cap.
What do you think there, Ian?
Personally, not his best game. I think what happens to Bruno is and we love it and we hate it at the same time. When we have games like this where the rest of the team are underperforming, Bruno looks exasperated with everyone. He just can't handle it, and that does affect his game. He's then starts trying things a bit too many times or a bit too quickly. He doesn't think. He doesn't take his time. He put all the Bruno effort in today, but like I don't know about you, there was that free kick, I think about 25 minutes in, like the second foul on Cunha by their right back in like 5 minutes after the running elbow, which we'll talk about in a minute. Yeah. But and I'm like, that's a lovely area. That's a lovely spot from the edge of the area out there. Come on, Cap. Yep. Put one in the top bin like he did against Bournemouth. Yep. And he's crossed it in. And I'm like, I hope you're not looking for that record instead of having a go, because he's been shooting a lot less. He has. A lot less. And, cool. Yeah. And just that aerial thing wasn't there either today without Cass. Just wasn't.
Yeah, without Cass, without Shesko, because Bruno, as Dabasi says, Bruno definitely missed Shesko today.
Definitely.
But I've brought this up a couple of times, and I do. You can see somehow the passing's going. He's going for that record, and I don't blame him. I don't blame him. But the problem is, like, you're trying too hard. Like you just got to let the game, like, and me talking out like I'm some sort of Premier League player, but or been on some major sports team. I get it. You want.
Yeah.
I mean, I've been in some games with some when I was in high school. Not the same level. I'm not saying I'm anywhere near that level.
No, but
we had some games where we had players that were doing really well, and we wanted to get them the ball, and we were forcing it. And our coach would at one point just pulled us aside and said, "Just you gotta let it go."
Hey,
so, there he is.
He is back, everybody.
Are you guys still here?
Yeah, we're still running.
Ian's got it on lock here.
Dude, I'm so like the power went out earlier today for a little bit, which means the internet went out, and then just really randomly.
Yep.
The Wi-Fi just went out for no reason. Power's fine. The Wi-Fi just decided to take a shit. Sorry about that, everybody. I had no idea. I mean, there was a thunderstorm there for a second there, but I mean, that's weird.
But you've been struck, mate. Struck.
Thank you guys for keeping it going. I never know, like, if that happens, if it's just going to shut down everything. But clearly, the stream just keeps going without me because apparently that's how it works. But sorry about that. Well, thank you guys. Where are we at here? What's going on?
So we've gone. Go on, Dill. You too.
We went through Kabi, kind of the highlights. We said about 5 or 6, and we really said it was more like he missed Kaz. because he was trying to cover Mount a little bit, couldn't get the balls to get the attack started, and so he really didn't have much to work with there.
Yep.
And we also brought up how we thought Leach could have stepped up in that defensive midfield role and throw Heaven on and maybe change that up to give Cobby some time to get on the ball. But
yeah,
that's what we kind of said.
Sorry, just getting caught up here. Yeah, I thought Cobby suffered without Casemiro next to him, like we said earlier.
Definitely.
I think just not only with experience, but just the way I think they complement each other very, very well. So. Spent a lot of time Cobby dropping in between the defense to pick up the ball or dropping deep to collect the ball and kind of initiate the build-up.
That was Ian's big point with that.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. It was like a second wheel, second cog thing we were saying, Sean.
Yep.
Like Mount was failing to be the primer for the attack. He was up there next to Bruno holding hands on the halfway line. Where if you look where Leacher went, Harry went, Kobe showed, but then he can't be the first and second cog. He's got to be one or the other, and we all know he's better second cog, because that's when the second move from the defence, the first ball is not when your team turn around and go. The second ball is when your team turn and go. So Kobe is the second action for the press, not the first action. And without Cass there today, it was chalk and cheese, night and day.
That's how I used to feel about McTominay. Playing McTominay in a pivot versus McTominay as like a wide 8 are very different players.
Massively. Yeah.
And that's why I wish people could see that. Like, there's a reason he plays better at Napoli. Not only is it a different league, but he doesn't have to be the one to receive the ball. He doesn't have to be the one to kind of push through that first opposition press. He can just collect it in space and just run. And he does a good job at that. So I never felt he was bad. We played him in the wrong position. Is unfortunate.
Yeah, he was never a CDM, was he? And let's face it, the reason he got into the team was one reason and one reason only. He's 6'4", and Jose Mourinho was in charge. So there we go.
He caused problems in the box. I guarantee you that. But I like McTominay. I think that any manager would give their left arm for a player with his work rate and his mentality. But I think if we played a 4-3-3 or something, maybe it could have been different. But
I'd rather have him than Mount.
Oh yeah, for sure, hands down.
It'd have been better up front than Xerxes today.
Yeah,
I'll tell you that for sure.
Tell me about it. Take him as a striker. But thank you guys for holding down the fort with me. I'm like running up and down the stairs, just like.
What did you give Kobe, Sean?
Probably just a 5. Not really anything.
Yeah,
that's about so.
That's what we went.
We kind of gave the same to Bruno too. You were coming in right as we were finishing up Bruno. So no, you go. Give us your thoughts, man.
Yeah, hit us.
So I put a poll in the chat, obviously, on Bruno. The question I just had was, will the record be broken? 2 matches on the bounce, no assists. He did create the joint most chances in the match today, created 5 out of 7 long balls. I put a poll up to see, will he tie the record? Will he break the record? Will he not get any more assists? 62% say he will break the record with these final 2 matches to go, which right now I'm a little on the fence about. 23% he'll say he'll tie it, so just 1 more assist between now and the end of the season, and then 15% say this is it for him, no more assists. I don't know what else he can do. He's creating the most chances in every match, week in, week out. Today was not, I don't know if it was going to happen for him today. The best chance he had today of getting something was off a free kick or a corner when he put it in the box, and his best weapon in those was not even in the matchday squad today in Casemiro, so I'm not sure what we can do with that.
Yeah. That's what me and Dylan said there. Dylan pointed out, no Sesko, no Cass today. That putting the balls in the box was kind of a null and void point. But one thing about him today and that record is, you guys were watching on MUTV, were you? Because did you see the graph they put up? That it's called a snail graph. They did this thing called a snail graph, and they were talking to Bruno like in an interview, obviously a couple of days ago, and it's his amount of games, 263 games, 148 goal contributions.
Yeah.
And in the snail graph, they've got all the Premier League players since his debut to now. He is nearly 380 chances created ahead of anyone. But I mean, that's not just his number; that's how many he's ahead of the next person.
Yeah,
it's not a little bit; it's ridiculously further. And yeah, I hope he does it. I hope he does it because he deserves it. But honestly, he's still the player of the year in my opinion. Just
Well,
wasn't good today.
he also deserves better attackers around him sometimes as well, I think.
Yeah. Well, someone who can move who isn't a permy-haired traffic cone.
What were you saying, Bill?
We brought up the thing too. Ian brought up that free kick opportunity where he tried to on the edge of the box where he tried to chip it in or chip it over to get an assist, and Ian's like, just go for it, dude. Just that'll change the game if you get it. Like then you're gonna get more opportunities. And I was saying he's trying so hard to get this. He's it's losing a little bit of it. Like he's losing a bit of it.
His best chance he should have got it today was that free kick that he just kind of squared to Ahmad, who put it wide.
Oh, there was another one. Yeah.
He should have. That was. I love that set piece. I thought that was a really good routine. And just it was. But this is the thing I've always said. Like Bruno's creating chances. It's the people who his attackers aren't putting them away. Like there's only so much he can do. So I'm not sure what else to do. Like I don't get people when they're like, "Ooh, open chances versus this," and I'm like, "Fuck off." Like
you can only put food on the plate. You can't make someone eat it, can you?
So we don't count golden boot then if they win, if they get a pen or if they score from a free kick or something. Like, come on, like the haters are gonna hate. That's all I gotta say on Bruno.
Of course, they've got to find anything to tear him down with because his stats destroy it. You can't use stats against Bruno because his stats are better than anyone's. You can't use them.
Bruno's the example I give too when it comes to the whole Premier League proven thing. Is like he's world class, but again that my whole point has never been like, oh like certain leagues it's all about the player. Not every player will move from every league and do so fluidly. It's all down to the individual themselves, and Bruno can do it because he's class. Like that's just all there is to it.
You guys all agree with the fact that from his very first game he showed what he could play. He, like you George said there, I've seen much higher rated footballers than him. You know, World Cup winning, multiple league winning footballers come in and go and utterly crumble.
Yeah.
And from day one, wearing that shirt, he has shown us he has the everything to do. And I can't believe some people are saying we should, think about whether the future without him. I'm like, stop talking waffle.
We have to
if you want to see the future without him, look at the last 10 years. There you go.
Yeah.
So,
what did you guys give him? I'd probably give him like a 6. I mean, he didn't really do much.
6.
Yeah.
5 or 6. Yeah, he just didn't have a lot to work with today. So.
Yeah,
all right.
Absolutely, deal.
One of you guys can kick off Cunha because you never know when my internet's apparently going to go out again. So
go on, Dylan.
Go ahead, Ian.
No, mate. Oh, okay. I thought Cunha today was a bright spark in amongst a quite an average performance for most of the players. He tried to do, and like Dylan was saying, he came inside to try and get involved because Mount was linking the play. So when that doesn't happen, it drops Bruno in, and then Xerxes was filling in the hole. Almost at one point, we had like 4 false nines on the pitch, and they were all getting in each other's way. Only when the changes were happened and Xerxes went off, it freed up Cunha to show us what he could do. I can't believe I can't remember the idiot's name. Lafay, is it? Didn't get a red card for the running elbow attack.
Oh,
but he should have had a penalty. It's a penalty as well. I'm sorry, but he sold him inside and he's taken him.
Yeah.
He's taken him. But bright sparks from him. Tried their hardest. I'm with Sean. What he said at the beginning of it. Should have scored.
Yeah.
Should have scored. He likes that side foot finish a little too much. It's nice when it comes off. It looks all look at you, cool and collected. But put your laces through it, mate. Put your laces through it and put it in the back of the net. If we're 5-0 up, you can do that, mate. But we're not. So, I want your body on the line. I want to see what Sesko. I want you to throw yourself at the ball to get it over the line. And he could have done better. So he'll get a 6 from me today, which is above average. But again, the whole team were average today.
Yeah. Big up J-Rad. Welcome to the channel. Says the game shows we just got the best players playing. Lack of depth. Massive summer coming up. Yeah, we definitely need players.
100.
Jig up J-Rad. Guys, make sure you like and subscribe. I promise there's not a lot, oftentimes technical difficulties, but it is Michigan. Dylan can attest to the fact that sometimes in Michigan, when a butterfly farts near the telephone pole, we lose power. So it's just the way it is in Michigan.
I just had a bird hit the window before we started, so who knows what's coming
So clearly, it's not the Wi-Fi. It's just the end times. We got birds running into shit. We got
It's the
Wi-Fi
end
going
of
out.
days.
It's just messed up out here. Maybe maybe yeah. What
You
are
get a
your thoughts?
snowdrift next.
Yeah, no, it is Michigan. We will probably get another frost before the summer. Trust me.
Surely.
Yeah.
Dylan, thoughts on Cunha?
Yeah, he had the work rate, but you could, with everything off kilter the way it was, he didn't get a lot going for him. He looked a lot better when we moved him to the central part, and like I said in the WhatsApp group, he was drifting centrally anyway, trying to get on the ball. Like at the start, when he popped up in 10 minutes trying to get a ball, I'm like, wow, I haven't seen Cunha in a while, and I think he was trying to stay wide so Xerxes could work, and then I think he just looked at it and said, Xerxes not doing shit. And so he was trying to come in to get some of those balls to link him up.
Yeah, I guarantee he looked at Xerxes like, what is this guy playing at? Because he's meant to be a United footballer, and he can't even take 2 touches without losing the ball.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Absolutely. Like you see the heat maps, and people like a heat map to bring it up to see where the players. If you showed the first 20 minutes of that game, you'd see 4 of our players, and you'd think we were playing a 5-a-side square touch.
Yeah.
Which, if you guys know, is a very small square, and you've got one touch. Got to play it. They could have held hands. Sunderland could have thrown a blanket over us, and one person defended it.
Yeah.
No wonder we were getting overrun.
That's what I say. Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought he was. For me, I was a little frustrated. He wasn't doing enough off the ball when Sunderland were getting wide on our left-hand side. I thought he was caught a little too centrally. There was a lot of space. Looked a little leggy. Everybody looked a little leggy. But still on the night, 5 of 7 duels, 2 tackles, created a chance. He did have that perfect chance to win it in stoppage time, because I thought Dorgu's ball was absolutely perfect, personally. But
it was.
The effort, the shot was just not great, not good technique. I know he wanted to roll that across his body so he can maybe put that into the side netting, but I mean, it's just, you got to get your foot around that a little bit more. In those cases.
Also, I see people saying like an Omri finish, but you've got to come onto that with some pace to get that outside. You can't just rely on the ball pace.
Yeah, it's a little too hesitant sometimes. I think we were trying to make things a little too complicated sometimes around the box. But 5 is probably fine for me. We're going to talk about Ahmad. We're going to camp out on Ahmad for a second because I've got thoughts on Ahmad. Should have done better with that early free kick chance, like I said, with Bruno. I thought we had this counterattack opportunity, and he needed to do better to stay on his feet, because he got into this situation. We were off to the races. We're going off to the right. We got the counterattack. He's got every opportunity here to feed that into, I think that's Cunha, and he slips. And I think Xerxes sees he slips, and Xerxes trying to come in, and they kind of get in each other's way, and it just completely dies. And then he had another chance to come in here late on, around the 52nd minute, snuck in behind, and it just, I don't know what he was thinking. I put a little curve, because he's left-footed. All he had to do was just open his body up and curl this far post.
That's like the perfect chance for a left footer as well, isn't it? He could not pin it more perfect than that.
But that for me says a lot, like there. Like if he's not shooting that wide open of a shot, that tells me he's short on confidence.
Yeah,
no.
Exactly.
Like
that was my next statement. He's low on confidence. He's in his own head a little too much right now.
Yeah. Mbumu scores that, because the second he turns and he's facing the goal, he just wraps his foot around it. Just because you can't. Who played that pass, Sean? Do you know who played the pass to him?
I can't remember.
That
probably
was it Bruno?
Yeah,
was it Bruno?
I think Bruno put it through the lines, and because Ahmad was on.
Yeah, because I remember you can see the pace of the ball, because you can tell how quick the ball's going, because the Sunderland defence are completely left behind.
Yeah,
it's perfect. All you have to do is guide that. It's like that's like a perfect putt on the 18th, isn't it?
I mean, if he was going to square it, at least a better square ball, because Cunha is like right there.
He's bottom picture, isn't he? Yeah.
Cunha's bottom of the picture. Cunha's going to beat, if he sends that down, Cunha's going to get there, because he's beating the defenders on the. I remember watching. He would beat them, but
it's just
also because he's behind him. Because he's behind him, he hasn't got to play the ball backwards, so he can play that ball diagonally forwards.
All he
almost hit the 6-yard box.
he just has to cushion that square across, basically just across the box there, and all Cunha's coming in for a tap in.
Do you know what? I didn't see that in the game. I didn't see that actually. I didn't see Cunha in the game. I was screaming. I couldn't believe Ahmad didn't score.
Yeah, there were.
And now I'm more angry. Now I'm more angry. I'm more angry now.
The last couple of games that he's played, he's looked fine up until that final ball, and then he's just that final ball. And again, that's a confidence thing. That's a less minutes thing, wondering why you're not getting the minutes, and then it starts. Then the mistakes start to build up mentally. You start. You have to have a short memory in football, and he's struggling with that right now.
I thought he'd have played well today. He did well at the stadium a lot, didn't he, on loan? I thought he'd have gone back and thought, I'm gonna. Yeah, he's used to the atmosphere.
Player of the year there, I think.
He was, I think so.
Maybe that was the thought process behind starting him. Spoiler alert says that he's got a recent passing in his family. Maybe that could be.
Yeah, I thought about that.
Hopefully not. Yeah, hopefully not.
Then we can maybe let him get a rest then.
Why didn't Mbumu start? And
yeah,
Yeah.
It's
or Shea Lacey.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is it 4 for you guys?
4.
All right.
Yeah, 4. Now, I was going to give him a 5, but after you showed me that, he's gone down to a 4. He's lucky it's not a 3. Do we have to with this one? Can we just all say 1 and move it? I'm joking. Sorry.
We've all complained enough, I think. Yeah, everybody knows our opinions on
I'm joking.
One shot from him, not even on target. I just don't think he's it. I just don't think he's it. So I'd probably give him like a 3 on the night.
The worst, 2 for me. The worst thing that he had was Bruno had that layoff on the right, and he's in the perfect position. All he's got to do is get it back. He's just got to get it back, and he passed it right to the defender. And I'm like, what are you doing?
Yep, there. What? Oh, screaming. You're screaming.
All he's got to do is get.
Guys, I told you I was doing some youth team football the other week. They would have passed that ball.
Yeah.
I promise you.
It was just a bit casual too. When he finally decided to pass it, it was just like it was a foregone conclusion, and it was a little too slow. And it's just he's got.
He thinks he's Dimitar Berbatov, but he is not.
It's not. It's not good, man. Why is he even there? Yeah, he's not the player I want on the ball in a wide position when we need a ball in the box. I just don't think that. Yeah. And this was a simple. He didn't even have to pass this hard. He hit it way too hard. All he had to do was just give it a little layoff.
Roll it.
Yep.
Yeah.
Because I think that's Ahmad coming in there.
It is. Honestly, I just can't see any one of our forwards at main team, 21s, 18s that wouldn't have done a better job today. Bradby would have done a better job. Kai Rooney would have done a better job. Obi would have done a 10 times better job. Yeah. It was absolutely shocking. The only thing I'm going to give him a 2, but that screenshot of his face for the player rating, I don't believe that was in this game.
No,
because he's running and his hair's moving and he didn't run once in this game. So.
That definitely wasn't. If I change up the photos for every game, it would take
I know, yeah.
No, it's...
but no,
again, I feel horrible. So bad sometimes with Xerxes because I feel like I don't like beating down on my own players, but I'm just struggling to... it's the same with Ugarte. To me, it's not an insult to say it's just not good enough.
Just not.
It's not an insult to say that he's not good enough for United because there's plenty of teams I think he could go and do really well in different leagues.
It's the same thing we were saying with Anthony. It's like
Rasmus
not good enough for United, but Rasmus. I think Rasmus could have done better if he wouldn't have been thrown to the wolves right away.
Yeah, but, you don't start a 20-year-old striker as Manchester United.
Anthony coming in. Yeah. Anthony didn't suit the style of football. He's doing great down at Betis.
Yeah.
Xerxes just has to go to a team that's going to fit his style.
I think it's Italy or France.
We've already seen him do well at Bologna.
I got people telling me Rashford's doing excellent at Barcelona. I'm like, it's a league where Anthony was Betis' best player last season. Like, let's not gas up La Liga a whole lot. It's a 2-team league.
No.
That is the technical quality is there. It's just not a competitive league. So
you're right about Anthony though, isn't it? Everyone's screaming every week, look at him scoring for Paris, look at him scoring. The second they played Chelsea, which is the first decent team they played in the Europa League, they got absolutely hammered. Hammered.
And he really hasn't done much as of late either. I looked at that just like, how's he doing? He was doing good at the beginning of the season. He's fallen off. So I don't know how that's.
Well, he got his move, didn't he? He played for his move.
Yeah.
and that's
Yeah,
fine, man. If he's gonna like, that's fine. I don't rate La Liga. I don't rate the French league. I don't even rate Bundesliga. It's like the players themselves are good. Like when I say I don't rate, like I'm not gonna rate what City have done if they get done for cheating. Like that's not me saying the players aren't good. Clearly the players are good, but it doesn't matter at the end of the day. None of it will count. So it
no,
is what it is. Same with
yeah,
Chelsea. They've got good players. That's cool. It doesn't matter. Sorry, you signed for the wrong club. Like Todd Bowley's out here just signing 18-year-olds on 10-year contracts like he's a predator, and Chris Hansen's going to roll up
yeah,
and say, "Hey, why don't you sit down for a second here?
yeah. We
What are
got
you
some
doing
things we
here?"
need to talk about, Todd.
Yeah, like he's going to get
No.
arrested for it. Let's talk about Kara's here because we asked some of the questions, and I'll put him back out again. Did he rotate too much? Were his hands tied a bit with injuries? I didn't think it's necessarily his fault. Just like against Liverpool, the
Mm,
individual errors weren't his fault. Like I didn't think that the lack of energy was necessarily his fault. He's not controlling the characters. He can't hold down a sprint
Yeah.
button or something, right? But at
no.
the end of the day, the job of a manager, again, manage is also a verb. You have to find a way to get the players to find the new level, whatever that needs to be. And Dylan,
Yeah,
like you said earlier, something at halftime. He said something because we started the second half really brightly, but I just think it's got to do more. And tactically, we've talked about it. Defenders too high. I think that's on him. We showed Sunderland a little too
yep.
much respect when they had the ball. I think that's on him. I might have done something a little different later on and gone for glory and just stuck with three at the back and pushed everybody else forward and try to just get bodies in there to get something. But what did you guys make of Michael Carrick tonight?
Go on, Dylan. You
Okay.
go. No,
Okay.
go on.
I thought I thought the rotation was good. I was okay with the rotation, not necessarily where he placed some of the players. Like we talked about, Bruno should have been in the six and Mount should have been in the 10, just to give him a look.
Mm,
And like we said, you have to see what you got. You have to see who's going to be good enough. So nothing. I don't blame him for any of that stuff. I thought this. You're right with the tactics. The high line was when you see that they're going over us and we're having to scramble back. You got to switch. You got to change. Um,
mm,
but I also the subs were good. I think the subs were good. But I definitely think either one of the Fletchers should have come on or and Bruno
yes,
needed to come on sooner.
Yeah.
definitely.
That would have changed some
Yeah.
things for him. So I'd give him about a 6. I think this should be looked at for him. If he looks back at this game, this is a learning experience of you got some things right, some things didn't go well. What am I going to
Yeah.
improve for next time?
Exactly. Yeah. I echo what Dylan said there. Around about a six and a half. There's a few things that I think he is to blame for. And like Sean said it, managing a team isn't just picking 11 players. You've got to make sure the mentality of your players is going out there is right. You've got to make sure the makeup is right. He can't help injuries and he doesn't control how much they run, but he does control whether we play a high line or not. And that was a failure. Wasn't the right team to play a high line. We didn't have the energy in the midfield and we didn't have the legs at the back. So those decisions were wrong. I thought his substitutes were the right ones, but slightly wrong times. I'd have gone earlier with Mbumu, like you said. I'd have gone at half time. I'd have had Xerxes and Mount off both at half time. And I'd have pushed either Cunha or Mbumu in the 9, and then whichever way, the other way round, Bruno back to the 6, Cunha say 10, and then leave Ahmad and Dorgu and go for them. And I was kind of with Sean. I wanted him to go for it, but I said this to Sean before we started the stream. I think it's a little bit in his mind still. He's playing for his job. And if he goes for it and we lose, we are going to be moaning a lot more than we are just about performance. So you've got to be a little bit mindful of that. And hopefully with the better players and a better squad next year, we're better. But I still think he 100% should be the manager. I don't think any one game changes my opinion on that. And a 6 for me today.
I will say one more thing that and I said the same thing about Amorim when Dylan and I did our New Year's resolution show, and I'll say the same thing about Carrick. I've said many times. It's still and I said it in my Carrick video. If you guys haven't seen those yet, go watch those 2 Michael Carrick videos. He's got to learn from his mistakes, and he's got to learn how to beat sides that are difficult to break down, how to beat sides that are more physical. He's struggled against that since he's come in as manager. And I think some of it is team selection. I think that playing Mbumo as a 9 against the low block side is the exact opposite of what you should be doing. I think today maybe the injuries tied his hands a little bit, but at the same time, it doesn't matter. That's like, again, if this would have been a loss and the same kind of performance, if they'd have nicked it at the end, I mean, none of the other stuff, all the other stuff is the same. And so he's got to figure out a way to break down these low block sides and these physical sides, especially. Now, again, we don't have a very physical squad. Our squad is they tend to get bullied, but at the same time, figure out a way around that. I don't think I don't think we're seeing Michael Carrick ball yet. Like you said, Ian, he's playing for his job, so it is shored up at the back, make us difficult to break down. I think that is something as an interim is important because I do think
Ollie did the same.
Yeah. Carrick plays very Spanish style, and I just don't think we've seen it yet because we've seen it in glimpses. We've seen it against Arsenal. We saw a little bit against Chelsea. We saw it against City. But again, those are all expansive attacking sides that play a higher line, that don't get into these physical battles. They don't make themselves difficult to break down. And so that's the next thing that he's got to show me, or else it's still why I'm not 100% on the Carrick in fence, but we'll see how it goes. He's, again, part of it is just team selection or squad selection, but spoiler alert,
I agree 100%.
Spoiler alert wants to know if we rate Ederson. I'll let you guys answer one at a time before we kind of go final thoughts.
You first, Dylan. Go on. You like him?
Oh yeah, he's one I've been calling for a while. I thought the fact that we've had these links is just really helping me get through the rest of the school year. When I've seen him in Atlanta playing, I've liked what I've seen. And so I think he'd be great box-to-box midfielder. I think he could definitely link up that play. I think he could, if he was there today, he would have been able to get that ball through to Kabi and get it to Bruno. And he wouldn't even have to get that hard. It would work that hard. It would have been more fluid. I think Cass sometimes struggles with some of those passes, but Cass is playing a little bit different style. I think Ederson would have done better with his passing, and we could use that to link play better. So yeah, I rate him pretty good. If we can get him for a halfway decent price, I don't want to overspend on this, but if we get him for a good price, yeah, I'm all in. So I'm a bit 50-50 with him. What I've seen of him play, I do think he's very good on the ball. He's definitely a progressor of the football. He isn't a tenacious ball-winning machine, I think. He definitely would have done better today than Mount, but again, not difficult. Yeah. I agree, echo Dylan's thing 100%. The price is key on a deal like him, because if I saw us spend 50 million on him, I'd be livid, because Sangare's half of that. And he's way better. And honestly, I think if they let João Gomez go to Atletico, I'd rather have João Gomez than him. Yep.
So that's just two off the top of my head. But if he's around the 30 million mark and on less than 100k a week, and he's happy to be a rotation option, then yeah. But if you're talking about he's our star midfield signing, then no. Then I'm sorry, no.
He's probably not in my top 5 right now.
Can't be the star. He's got to be.
No. Yeah.
He's got to be a bench if we're going to get him.
Yeah, he's 100. He's not in my top 5 for sure.
No, definitely not.
There are a lot of midfielders out there right now, and so there are a lot. We've talked about them a lot too. But spoiler alert, yeah, we've talked about a lot of midfielders.
But the big thing is we need to sign some midfielders. We can't just say we're going to do it and then not do it.
Yeah, 100%. 100%. It's what everyone. No, everyone scored about Tchouaméni, the same thing. I was having the same discussion with someone last night. Why not Tchouaméni? And I'm like, right, okay. His injury record is appalling. He, as a footballer, absolute animal. A complete beast. If he was injury-free, I'd say, yes, please, I'll carry you from Madrid if you like. But he's not. And take away all this Valverde and whether he's a bit of a problem. The main thing that Tchouaméni would have over anyone else is Champions League experience.
Yeah.
Over all of our other targets, that's the one thing that he stands head and shoulders above the rest. So you've got to ask yourself, are you willing to take a gamble on his injury record for 70 million quid for Champions League experience. And I'm frankly sorry we're not in a position to do that.
No.
If we were looking for one midfielder and we had the other two already, say we had, I don't know, Sangare and Walton, and we were looking to add another one because we were losing Cass, then I'd go, yeah, okay, I'll tell you what, I'll take a risk. But no. Not this summer. It's too important. It's too big a summer, and that's too much money for a player just because he's played well in the Champions League.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I know I can't remember who put it in the WhatsApp group that because of that fight, Valverde suffered a traumatic brain injury, which that's not anything to just like shrug off.
Oh no.
That could be.
You see the official statement from Real Madrid, Sean? That's an official proper. Yeah. Oh yeah, it's Perez. From Florentino Perez, he suffered a traumatic brain injury and was rushed to hospital. Now, some people are saying concussion protocol, which is true, but apparently he was shoved over so hard he smacked his head on a treatment table.
Yeah,
and that's why
that club was a mess. We talked about that the other day. Yeah, like you're saying, all things being equal, yes, too many would be a dream. Big team experience, Champions League experience. He's almost a like for like Casemiro. He's a more mobile Casemiro.
Absolutely.
He probably
he is a machine, isn't he?
Yeah, if needed, he probably could fill in at center back better than Casemiro has when we played him there. So, yes, all things being equal, of course. I just don't. Unfortunately, we don't live in a world where all things are equal all the time.
No, they're not.
After Mount, Shaw, Jones, Martial, Varane, I can't ignore injury-prone ness when it comes to a signing, and so it is a big deal breaker for me.
I agree completely. Well, me met last night. I was having the argument. I said in the same way that I said with Ederson, if Real Madrid have got such a problem with him, I'll give you 30 mil.
Yeah,
I'll give you 30 mil because I tell you what, for 30 million, I'll take a gamble.
Yeah,
I'll take a gamble for 30 million.
His wages are probably
it's pretty ridiculous. They're probably more than Cass.
They're pretty high.
But yeah, it's a no for me. And again, like Sean just said, with the Ederson thing, there are 5 better midfielders higher on my list. So
yeah.
At
the end of the day, a clean sheet away from home is not the worst thing in the world. But I do think had we taken that final 10-minute spell in the second half and moved it anywhere else in the game, maybe this could have gone differently. Who knows? But I think at the end of the day, we wouldn't have deserved it. Ultimately, I think overall it just wasn't good enough. I hope the players haven't just stepped off it now that we're qualified for Champions League. But I think what this also highlighted is our complete lack of quality and depth.
Absolutely.
We need to do better than Xerxes. We had no strikers on the pitch. We need a proper left winger for rotation. We need center midfielders, maybe a center back as well, like left back. We have a big summer on our hands. I know some people have said that in the chat as well. And it's not all going to happen in the summer. And I think people are going to have to really accept that as well. It's not going to happen one summer. Unless we really go hard into free agents or something, it's not going to happen, unfortunately.
Yeah.
This is how our rivals made out this weekend. Liverpool and Chelsea played out to a draw. We got our draw as well. Villa haven't. Did Villa play? I didn't see if Villa played yet. I wasn't paying attention.
They've got thingy now. No, tomorrow, aren't they?
Okay,
I can't remember who it is. Yeah.
So
did you see Loserpool couldn't let Chelsea get another L? Unbelievable.
Yeah, I know,
unbelievable. You can't even do that right.
Their first point in 7 matches. So we've got 2 more matches. I'd like to see a couple more green check marks in there for us. I think that would just be if we get another draw, I think that's 3rd place locked in, I think mathematically, right?
Yes. Yeah. If Liverpool had lost today, it would have been done. But yeah, it's mathematically if we get one more point.
Yeah.
I believe.
So, the table on the table's on the screen. So here's the table as it stands at the moment. Sorry, let me bring up my other window here. So again, we are. Go ahead, Dylan. What you say?
I was going to say, well, Villa are on 58. If they get 9 more points, they'd be at 67. So we need 2 more points technically.
Gotcha.
So.
So hopefully we can lock that in. Again, that's why I kept saying, and people were like, play the kids. I'm like, we're not there yet. I want 3rd. Yeah. Then we can play the kids.
Yeah.
Again, Chelsea did us a favor. This is 6 points to play for now. I just we can't let our goal differential drop. We hopefully Liverpool don't go to play Villa next week in Brentford and choose violence. I don't think that's going to happen because Arne Slot couldn't even spell violence, let alone choose it.
No.
Brighton destroyed Wolves, who move into seventh. Bournemouth moved into sixth with a big win
Absolutely.
over Fulham as well. Chelsea are way down there in ninth. Again, for Arsenal fans out there, because I know there's probably some of you lurking. No offense, but this is no offense to Brighton and Bournemouth, but this is a season where Brighton and Bournemouth are currently qualified for Europe. So Arsenal fans can get fucked when they say it's a strong season in the Premier League.
Absolutely.
It's a shit
Absolutely.
season.
I see someone going out, but it's a strong showing for the Premier League in Europe. Okay, I'll have you. I agree with that because we've got 3 teams, an English team in the final of all 3 major competitions.
Yeah.
Right, but we all know that 99% of this country want only 2 of those teams to win.
Yeah.
And once that happens, I told you about my brother's a West Ham fan, right? He wants to lose to Arsenal. He doesn't care. He knows. He goes, we'll go down anyway. I don't want them winning. Sorry, he wants to beat Arsenal if City win today. But if City lose today, I think Arsenal are done, aren't they? If they beat West Ham tomorrow.
Well, I put out a poll on Wednesday after the Champions League after the final was decided. I put out a poll to see who was going to win the Champions League, and 244 votes, and so far it's pretty much 60-40. Everyone thinks PSG are going to beat Arsenal in the final. Go ahead and vote, if you guys.
How many lurkers, Sean? Look how many Gooner lurkers. There must have been someone Gooner's tagged someone in that and going, right, let's do this vote.
I'm telling you, but they still couldn't do it. Almost 250 votes it's gotten so far. So
yeah,
Gooners can try. They can try to get.
I think it will be the biggest letdown if PSG don't win it. Because
I can't see them not winning.
No, Arsenal have got to go for it, right? They can't sit there. That's why I think you mentioned it. Who's going to win the other day? Bayern and PSG. I was praying PSG because I think Arsenal could beat Bayern.
Yep.
I don't think the way Arsenal want to try and play, they can beat PSG. Because PSG will invite you to come and play. They'll go, come on in. Come on. And as soon as you're stupid enough to step into their half, they'll destroy you and take the ball and go score.
Yeah.
And Kvaratskhelia is going to make them look.
Oh, he's going to eat Ben White. He's going to eat Ben White for dinner.
He's going to.
Ben White's going to shit himself, man.
Oh, nightmares happening already.
Against Bayern was just filthy.
Oh, scary.
It was awesome, but it was just filthy. And
I know it was a lot of money.
At Napoli, and we were like, yeah, he was at Napoli, and somebody was like, oh, he's like linked to United, and I didn't know anything about him. And I looked at his stats, like, yeah, we should get this guy. All it was a money grab because he went to PSG. But man, can you imagine if we would have got him?
Oh, I was begging us to do it. We went and spent more money than they did on Anthony.
Well, yeah, that was under the old Richard Arnold days when. That clown. I'll never blame a manager for the transfer fee or the wages, but the talent identification from Ten Hag was absolutely in the mud.
It's atrocious. Atrocious.
Hopefully PSG can do football a favor. I know a lot of people don't want PSG to win. They don't like that they're like this mega rich bankrolled club. I'd rather almost anybody besides Arsenal, Liverpool, and Leeds. I'm happy with having success. City can win the league.
Absolutely.
It doesn't count anyway. I don't care.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead, Dylan.
I would have agreed a couple of years ago with PSG when they were like just buying players and trying to win, but Enrique got rid of Mbappe and all those other guys because he knew that's not what we're going to do.
Yeah.
He knows that's not going to win. And look at him now.
Yeah.
That's it. They're so much a better team now. They are really, aren't they?
Well,
also, can we just have a passing moment of how bad a footballer do you have to be to have scored 42 times for your club this season and still 4.5 million people don't want you to play for them anymore? Kylian Mbappe, he collects records. Not the best ones, but he collects them because that will never be beaten. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I knew that it was going to be a problem when they signed him. The kid's entitled, spoiled prima donna. And this is, again, while I've said it, and it came up so often when I was doing my player care class. It came up so often with my PFA class. You have to have good people around you as a footballer. people that don't just keep feeding your ego, people that won't use you, people that won't sit there and tell you deserve more, you deserve more. Like honest people who will tell you the hard truth sometimes and keep you in check because Mbappe is an example of that. Don't get your family involved with your like. I can't believe all these footballers who have mothers and fathers and brothers as agents. It's absolutely asinine. Like I just don't.
Just give your mum money. You earn enough. Do you know what I mean? If you want your parents to be well off, don't give them jobs. Just give them money.
And if you want a good agent, contact James Featherstone at Omni Sports Agency, friend of the channel. So,
but no, it's a joke, and I think it's unfortunate because I think on his day he cooks anybody he comes up against. I think he's possibly one of the hardest players to ever mark, unless your name is
good player.
Who?
Shit mentality.
Yeah, exactly.
That's all there is to it. So, any final thoughts on this 0-0 today? Because I'm just wanting to forget about it. This is one of those games that makes me want to not want to do the channel sometimes. That I gotta go relive this shit.
I want a reaction like we did after the Leeds game. This was a Leeds 2.0, if not slightly worse than Leeds. Yeah, we've got to have the same reaction. The next game, I want us to come out like we started in the first 20 minutes against Liverpool and blow someone off the... Who we got next, Sean? Is it Forest?
It's Forest at home.
Yeah.
And we are going to be debuting supposedly debuting next year's kit. I hope the youngsters get to play with it too in the final next week too. I think that would be massive.
Yeah, they should. That'd be a big publicity L if they don't, because the final's a big thing. It's on TV, and
if they would have done it at Old Trafford and let the youngsters be the ones to debut it in the FA Youth Cup final, that would have been amazing. But what you gonna do? But yeah, it's Forest next, and then Brighton, and then we're talking postseason. We're talking signings. We're ramping up, and you guys know it's usually busy in the summer with content. We save a lot of the fun stuff for when there's no football going on. There will be World Cup, so maybe some watch-alongs, maybe some videos on who to look out for, like an 11 of players to watch in the World Cup. I don't know. I care more about the under 20. I cared more about the under 20 World Cup than I do about this World Cup. Let's be honest.
Absolutely. The only thing I like doing with the World Cup is grabbing a random shirt and just going, right, that's the team I'm supporting for this one. Let's go.
I'll rock the U.S. men's national team shirt. We'll watch the games, but it's not. It's mostly to do with FIFA just being an absolute shit show organization. But
I've got one of those retro Germany ones. One of my mates bought me as I thought it was funny. I've never worn it. Nice. Absolutely, it burns my skin, but it's that quality red, black, and yellow. What that goes like the Rudy Voller one. There you go. You all know what I mean now.
Yeah.
You all know what I mean when I say the Rudy Voller one.
Any thoughts on this Sunderland match, Dylan? Before we wrap up here.
No, just like Ian said, we need a reaction from that absolutely atrocious performance. So.
Yeah, it's at home. There's no excuses, no place to hide. We got to go out in style. It's send off for Casemiro as well, so we need to make sure that we do him right here. So, but we'll talk about the Forest match a little later on in the week. It's FA Youth Cup final this week, so be sure we will be doing a watch along for that, you guys. So make sure you stop in. But
come on, the boys!
Come on, the boys! Big up. Make sure you guys have liked. Sorry again for the technical difficulties. Literally don't know what happened. That the internet just crapped out. But make sure you like, please. Make sure you subscribe. Check the memberships, you guys. You guys have heard us talk a little bit about the WhatsApp group. That's available to Starting 11 and Legends members as well.
Yeah, get in there.
Legends.
It's a hectic place to be.
It is crazy. Yeah, Legends get early access to exclusive videos as well. Make sure you please share and go hype a couple of these on your phone too. But until next time, thank you, Ian, for holding down the fort. Thank you, Dylan, for holding down the fort as well. I know it's all part of Dylan's plan to take over the channel, so it's fine.
I gotta make a sign one of these days, so when you go out again, I'll just put it. All right, welcome to.
Dylan, you wearing that shirt I gave you? Nice.
I am.
I've got to get myself one, but the wife keeps saying don't buy it, which is my wife's way of saying I have it already.
Oh, nice.
But see, she's a gatherer of gifts because my birthday is the day before Christmas.
Oh,
so
I know.
It gets all kind of bundled into one thing, and then like she'll give the kids things. She'll go, "Have you got Dad something?" No. Nice. So yeah, I could have it already, but
all right,
won't tell me.
Enjoy the rest of your day. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. We will be back later on the week to preview this Forest match. But until then, you guys take it easy. Enjoy your day. Go check out the scouting report too. I just put that one out. So, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Laters.
Peace.
Have a good one, everybody.